Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while guys. I've been working very hard. I'm delighted to be back here today on my day off. Welcome along to my live stream, to the next edition of my Old School Gunner fan cam. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the main man, the master of disaster, a die-hard gooner. Kyle Walsh is in the house guys, an Irish gooner like myself. He's going to share his thoughts on the season so far, how he thinks our challenge for top four is going to go, who's he been impressed with this season, and we're going to talk about all the talking points from A to Z. Big thank you to Kyle for coming along today and agreeing to come on the show. I really appreciate it, man. First, I'm going to ask him just a little bit about how he actually started following the AFC, how he became a gooner, and we'll take it from there. Take it away, Kyle. Introduce yourself, and if you want to mention your channel.
First of all, Dave, I'd like to say a big thank you for letting me get on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So, man, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, Dave, my story about the Gunners is I started to support them in 1986, the 86-87 season. Football was always big in my family. My dad was a huge Liverpool fan, so I remember in my early childhood watching Liverpool with my dad quite a lot. And I always liked Liverpool, and up to this very day, I was still shouting for Liverpool last night there against Villarreal. I always had a soft spot for Liverpool.
Okay.
But in 1986, my life changed. The red and white of the Gunners just did it for me.
Came into view.
That season, we actually won the League Cup that season against Liverpool in Wembley. 2-1. Charlie Nichols scored twice. So we finished fourth in the league that year, and the quarter-final of the FA Cup, if my memory serves me right. And but back then, the English teams were actually suspended from Europe for the third year running. So we couldn't compete in European competition. So it was different days, different type of football back in them days. And I loved the squad, especially David Rocastle, Paul Davis,
Rocky, yeah.
Merson was coming through, Tony Adams, David O'Leary, Ken Sanson was the captain, I think. John Lukic was in goal. Viv Anderson, Purdy Groves, top players like. So that's where I fell in love with Arsenal. And sure, 37 years on, and here I am still at it.
Still keeping the faith.
So that's basically where it all happened for me.
Okay.
Sorry, Dave?
I said you're still keeping the faith.
Still keeping the faith, man.
But
back in them days, it was so very special times for me as a kid growing up. And I was the only kid in my neighbourhood that followed Arsenal. Everyone else was Liverpool and Man United. So it was different.
Yeah, it was different. It's the same with me, man. Everybody was Liverpool or United. I, of course, was Arsenal. I've actually a funny story to tell about that. When I was in school, my mother, innocent as you can be, went into the city centre, went into Cork. She went to get me a pencil case, I think, for school. She came back with the blue of Everton. It went straight into the bin, with respects to Everton. A three-pointer. I didn't even look. I just three-pointer, straight into the bin. Arsenal was my team, man. That's all it was about it. I can remember like 1993, 1992. I can remember Anders Limpar. I remember Kevin Campbell, Ian Wright, of course, David Seaman, Merson. Obviously, I remember the George Graham days. We were tight. We used to keep it tight at the back. Then Wenger came along, and that's when it really took flight for me. Dennis Bergkamp was already at the club before Wenger turned up. Bruce Rioch had signed him. And to be honest, my favourite player ever to play for Arsenal is Dennis Bergkamp. But big up my man Thierry Henry. I mean, his goals, his performances, the man cannot be ignored. Ian Wright, a die-hard gooner. And of course, you mentioned him, man, Rocky Rocastle. Forever in our thoughts. A fantastic, fantastic player. Just a nice guy. That's all it was about him. Fantastic, fantastic player. The man, he could have been Brazilian. He was that good on the ball. Strength, vision, accuracy in the shot. But yeah, my favourite player is Dennis Bergkamp. I would love to meet him one day. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic player. A lot of people can say that, but for me, Bergkamp, Vieira, he's another one. He's now at Palace, of course. They got the best of us recently, and pretty comprehensively. Talk about that in a while. But I would love to see Patrick Vieira be given a shot as Arsenal manager. I don't know about you, but let me just check our little list and see what we want to talk about. Let's talk about the top four. Do you think we can qualify? And if we can, how do you think we're going to do in the Champions League? We obviously need to strengthen the squad. How do you feel about that, Kyle?
Dave, top four is in our hands. I thought it was gone after our 3 defeats, but obviously Spurs are just Spurs, like, you know, they're dirt. No consistency at all. Now, after the Chelsea win and the Man United win, we're back in prime position to get that 4th spot. But Dave, I'm going to have to be straight about it, man. We're here, the other night I was on Del Boy Show, lads were talking about drawing against West Ham, doing this, doing that. I'm going to try to curse, not curse because it's a day show, but Dave, this 4th spot kills me, man. Like, this is where Wenger's fault. It's like saying, lads, you get a cup if you finish 4th spot. Where's the winning mentality? I want number 1. If we get 4th, we get 4th. But we're going to be embarrassed in Champions League next year. We're going in as number 3 seed, into pot number 3. Yeah. We're going to get big boys in that competition, and we're going to be away to some team out in the Middle East. I'm telling you straight up, we're going to get embarrassed. I don't want 4th spots, not with the current squad that we have there, because we made a show off, man. And then we'd end up going league. And sure, who wants that? Do you know what I mean? Seriously, man. It's a joke what's going on at the club. 4th spot, Jesus. We're fighting for 4th spot there. It doesn't make sense, man. I don't want to be fighting for 4th spots. This is Arsenal Football Club.
We're only in 4th because the teams around us, Spurs and United and West Ham, have fallen apart. United have gone. They're gone completely. Spurs, they keep slipping up. If it wasn't for the fact that the form of the teams around us, we wouldn't be even in 4th. You know?
It's because that's the worst Man United team I ever saw there. Spurs are brutal as well. And if they were halfway decent at all, Arsenal wouldn't be getting 4th spot this season.
No.
It's embarrassing what's going on.
It's like a false league position. It's like a...
That's it. Yeah. That's it. It's crazy. They spent 250 million on the squad, by the way. And here we are fighting for 4th spots. I have to spend 250 million on players. Sure. Doesn't make sense, Dave.
I agree with you, man.
Fighting for number 1. Yes, I understand. Liverpool and Man City are exceptional teams. Yes. And maybe it's a bit too much to ask for Arsenal to win league titles. But compete. At least try to compete.
Yeah.
We knocked down, don't forget there, for something very important, we knocked down the most special ground in English football, in my opinion, Highbury. How special of a place that has been for all those fans to come to the Emirates. And we were promised compete against the best clubs in European football. We can't even compete against Brighton and the boys.
Crystal Palace destroyed us. Crystal Palace destroyed us. They wiped Brighton the floor with us.
Southampton bet us.
Oh, they murdered us.
We bet Chelsea there, Dave, because Chelsea they were poor. Defensively, they were poor the other night.
They're gone, and gone to pieces.
And then we bet a bad Man United team. And Dave, Man United should have bet us, man. I don't care what anyone says. How the hell can you let Bruno Fernandes take a penalty when you have the greatest goal scorer in football history? Not taking the penalty. Ronaldo scored as 2-2. It's a different game, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, man. It's crazy what's going on at this club.
We got a bit of luck, yeah. We got a bit of luck in the last game.
We got a bit of luck, and I still don't believe we're going to get fourth spot. That's what I think.
We have a fight on our hands. There's no doubt about that. We have to go to Tottenham.
We have a fight. I think West Ham will beat us. I actually believe that West Ham will beat us.
I do too. They're well up for it, man. They've got the bit between their teeth, and they always turn up against Arsenal because they know we got a soft centre. They know we've got Odegaard with respects to him. They know we have people like that they can upset. I think Saka and I think Smith Rowe have been good for us, but I think sometimes it gets to them a bit the occasion and they don't do business. Xhaka is overrated. Partey is not too bad. Tomiyasu's back in the mix. Ben White is overrated. He's not bad. Gabriel does a job for us. He's okay. Ramsdale, for me, is a top keeper. He's been a bit shaky recently, but he's a top keeper. But I agree with what you said about the Champions League. I think we would get absolutely stuffed. I have contact with the McManus since. He has a YouTube channel. He's been supporting Arsenal since 1985. And he tells me he fears us getting into the Champions League because he fears what's going to happen. Think as well this season, now we're in fourth place, we don't have to worry about European football. Those European nights, picking up injuries, travelling over, coming back. You know what I mean? We've got a clear run into fourth and we're still messing it up. We're only in fourth, like I said, because the teams around us have been playing badly. But the problem is the difference, but even if we were solid fourth, the difference between that and challenging, actually genuinely being challengers for the league, the gulf in class is just, I mean, we got into the cup against Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, was it a month ago or so? We got something out of the game in Anfield somehow. I don't know how. Came to the Emirates, they turned us over. And then they turned us over in the league. I mean, the ease at which they do it. I mean, Diego Jota, how many times do the back four have to be warned about him? When he moves into that position, the defence has got to squeeze him. They don't. They let him have the freedom of the Emirates. Of course he's going to score. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, it could have been 7. It could have been 6. It really was like that. He made some incredible saves to keep us in the game until around the half-hour mark, 45 minutes. And then they got on top, and then it was game over. But I honestly, I'm just going to see what we're going to talk about next week and let it go. If we do get into the Champions League, if we do qualify, the squad has got to be strengthened. Last season, I was in Venezuela. I was in South America. I wasn't working. I was 6 months there. I was watching what was going on with the club. You and me, right? We're not professional managers. Not that you could call Arteta that, but that's a story for another day. But we would have already a short list written down. I mean, all it takes is a pen and paper. 1 player or 2 players for each position you want to strengthen, or even 3 options for each position you want to strengthen, each line. They were completely disorganized going into the summer, going into the transfer market. It's the same thing year after year, like a knee-jerk reaction. They almost get a nosebleed. They get stressed. Edu doesn't know what he's doing. Arteta the same. We always, like Spurs, have been outdoing us in the transfer market. The last couple of seasons, man, no problem. It's like we're so disorganized. This summer, I want to see action. I want them to know. They should be writing it down now, the players that they want to contact. They should even be in contact with them now, if that's not illegal. But they leave it till the last minute. You know what I mean? It's like the sooner you get it done, the better, because the team needs time to gel. They need to be ready to hit the ground running come August. Not 3 games in. This season, we lost the first 3 games. You remember, we were bottom of the league. People were talking about relegation, and it was serious. We need to hit the ground running. Like, with all due respects to the teams that we played last season, I mean, at the start of the season, we lost to Brentford. But man, it's within our compass to win that game. Brentford away. Okay, we had Chelsea and we had City. But win the Brentford game. Have 3 points before you face Chelsea and City and give it everything. We lost 3 in a row. We didn't score 1 goal. We conceded 9, I think. That's not good enough, man. We're only in fourth because of pure luck. I mean, how do you see things? I mean, the start of the season, they should be ready, hit the ground running. The players we have, man.
Dave, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my honest
Be
opinion.
honest. Hit me with it, man. Jesus, I need
My
it.
honest opinion is this. Arteta, Edo are clueless. They're clueless. They're not Arsenal material.
No.
Look at the history of the club. Look at the managers that we've had throughout the generations. And we're now looking at this Spaniard, Arteta. The man is clueless. He's after spending 250 million on a squad of players that are not good enough. Ramsdale, I agree with you, Dev. Ramsdale is a good goalkeeper. And I think he has a great future ahead of him, in fairness. But I said it the other night, and I'm going to say it here on this channel. I wouldn't put Ben White on my local soccer team here in Wexford. Gabriel is a squad player. A squad player, Dev. That's all he is. Tommy Yasu, not good enough. Holding, not good enough. Cedric, useless.
Cedric is awful. Terrible player.
Useless.
God.
Kieran Tierney, good player, but he's injury prone.
Yeah.
This Becky B is coming back. Sure, like what have we done with him coming back?
El Nani.
Now we go down to the midfield. Xhaka. I put up videos 4 and 5 years ago about Xhaka. How bad he is. He's still at the team. He playing week in, week out. He's useless. He gives nothing to the team.
Crap.
Sambi. Everyone is saying about Sambi. Potential this, potential that. He's 23 years of age. Says Fabregas was running our midfield at 17. Then you talk about Saka. Saka, top player. Smith Rowe, good player. Not a top player. He's a good player. Martinelli is a top player. Partey is only okay. I won't be getting carried away about Partey at all.
No. He's no hero, man. He's no petit.
And Nenny. I know he played well the last 2 games, but really, who was he playing against? Chelsea and Man United were brutal those 2 games. Awful. I would have played good in midfield in them 2 games. Now you have Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette. Lacazette came out there last week mouthing over him about missing Champions League football. Shut the hell up, Lacazette. Score goals and get Arsenal into Champions League football then if you miss it so much.
He's been crap.
Useless. Not good enough.
He can't score, man.
He works hard. He's that holds up the ball. He's useless. Eddie Nketiah. I want to put him... I tell you, Sean, I want to put him sit in the sitting room here with me. Brutal. This is the standard. This is our squad there. This is the reality. Too many delusional fans out there. Too many lads talking shit. This fella's this fella's that. Do not look at this. That's the badge. This is the jersey. And this jersey and this badge is too heavy for 95% of that squad of players. They're not able for it. That's my honest opinion. So you're asking me about August, about starting off to a kickstart. Kickstart? They're a joke. They need to buy 20 players, not 2 or 3. 20 players.
It's true.
To compete. Because with this squad of players, man, we're not competing. We won't compete next season either. It's embarrassing. Our club is a shambles. And this is this talk here. This is reality. That's how I feel, Dev. That's how I feel. I'm passionate. I love the club, man. 1986. I love the club. I travel over on my own. I drive from Wexford to Dublin Airport. I get the flight over. I get the train down. I get the dart. I go to see the game. I come out of the stadium. I get the train, the dart, the taxi, the airplane, and drive 2 hours back from Dublin Airport in the one day, Dev, to see my team. And last time said that I'm negative. I'm talking facts. That's what I am. and have been the last 15 years, because this is not just today or yesterday, Dev. This is a repeat year in, year out.
Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, and even season in, season out. I'm just going to talk about my wife. She knows absolutely nothing about football. But she said the other day, like Amal, what is it about Arsenal? She said, the 3 losses that we went through. She said it's like they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. And it's regular, man. It's like Groundhog Day, and every season, like what we've been doing recently is hoping that we beat Spurs and we get above them. I mean, that's been about the limit of it for us. We haven't won the league since 2004. Now, this will terrify people like me because I can remember it. That was 18 years ago. 18 years. It's been 18 years. I know United have gone through things like that, Liverpool. But honestly, the 3 games that we lost recently, the 2 that we won, like you said, man, Chelsea are at 6s and 7s. United, it is the worst team that I also can remember from them. It's their lowest position in this, their lowest goal tally, their lowest shots on target, the least points won away from home in the history of the club since they entered the Premier League. I mean, and that's who we're winning against. It's great to get a win against United. It's great to get a win against Chelsea. But the problem persists. Arteta must be shown the door. And I hope to God at the start of the season when people were talking about relegation, I almost wished it upon the club, because that would be the only thing that would get Arteta out of the club. I love the club, like you. The effort you just told me there that you make to go to see a game. You turn up to watch that shower. But you're not turning up to watch them, man. You're turning up for this. Before Arteta, before all of them. And you're bang right in your analysis. The players are bang average, the majority of them. People getting carried away with the ability. Xhaka, he couldn't hit a barn door. He scored the first goal of significance I can remember in definitely all season. I mean, I'm going to go back a little bit now to the summer. He was meant to be going to AS Roma and Jose Mourinho. And this is what annoyed me. He was meant to be leaving. He was meant to be going to AS Roma and Jose Mourinho. He threw the captain's armband on the ground. He told the fans to go fuck themselves. All right? He was meant to be shown the door. They never intended to sell him. Arteta never intended to sell him. They treated you and me and every other Arsenal fan like idiots. They insulted our intelligence, and we are not idiots. Let's have it right. Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy, they said that move, Arteta was still talking about it, right? They said that move was dead in the water 6 weeks previously. Arsenal still talking about it. Let's have it right. Mesut Ozil was shown the door. He was frozen out. You don't offer the player they wanted to leave, Xhaka, a new contract with better pay if you want him to leave. How did it go from trying to sell him to that? Explain that to me. Insulting our intelligence. Xhaka is not good enough, regardless of the disrespect that he showed the fans. He's not good enough to play in our midfield. No club comes in for him in the season. No one ever comes in for him. Why is that? No club wants to buy him. Why is that? It's not just him, but let's have it right. He's playing in the midfield, an important role. Look at Vieira. Look at Petit, Lundberg, Pires. And we've got him now. Come on. I mean, there has to be somebody better in the youth team than him. Don't tell me there's not somebody better than him. He's slow. He's predictable. He scores against United and people go on mad. I mean, and the guy has no respect for the fans of the club. And he's bang average. No club wants him. I used to live in Switzerland, yeah. I've seen Basel play in the Champions League. His brother plays for Basel. Xhaka grew up in Basel. With respects to the Swiss Football League, it's better than the Irish Football League, yeah? But with respects to them, they have a bigger league, more money, bigger clubs. Respects to them, that's his level. Swiss League is his level. Or maybe Bundesliga, bottom half. You know? That's his level. Arsenal, Man, in Switzerland, I lived there. They think he is Pele. They think he's Cristiano Ronaldo. He scores one goal in the odd game. I'm not even like. I mean, if we want to honestly, Mikel Arteta is not an Arsenal legend. He's an Everton reject. Respects to Everton, but he's an Everton reject. Patrick Vieira was managing with New York City FC. He came over. He made it clear he wanted to come to London. He wanted an English team. Why didn't we approach him? Come on. Imagine what he could do with these bunch of players. I'm not saying that he's the answer to all of our problems, but he deserves a shot more than Mikel Arteta. Look what he did for the club. You remember his last game? FA Cup final penalty shootout, 2005. He converted the winner against United. That was Vieira. He's a winner. Who do we have in charge? Mikel Arteta. I remember when Arteta got the manager's job, yeah? I'm going to let you have a say after this, but I remember when Arteta got the manager's job. The thing was, they pulled the wool over my eyes, so to speak, because I thought, okay, Emery's gone, yeah? Look at Emery now. They lost last night, but he's been doing fantastic. They showed us last season. They showed us how. Europa League semi-final, he schooled Arteta. But look, we showed Emery the door, another guy came in. They tricked us because it was a name we knew, a player we knew. They got it under the radar. They got it past our defences. Oh yeah, Mikel Arteta, former player. Wow, he was coaching at Manchester City with Pep Guardiola. All he was doing was making the tea. Pep was picking the team. Pep was the driving force. He had Aguero. He had Jesus. He had this guy. He had that guy. That was Manchester City. The caliber of the players, the financial funding. They had the backing of the board and Pep as manager. It was nothing to do with Mikel Arteta. As soon as he goes, the better. And I'm nothing against the man personally, but he's not got what it takes to take us to the next level. Next season, we're going to struggle again. And my God, if we get into the Champions League, we're going to be the laughing stock. We're going to get absolutely buried alive. I mean, some of the players we have are young guys. We have a good player in Saka, like you said. Smith Rowe's not bad. But at that level, it's going to be too far for us. It's a bridge too far. We're going from no European football to Champions League. We're not going to get out of the group stage, thank God. I don't know how you see it, but Arteta, I mean, if you could bring in one manager, if you could get a coach, who would you like to bring in?
Dave, I was shouting for Patrick Vieira, man.
Me too.
I was screaming for Patrick Vieira to come in that time to be the manager of Arsenal. The man is a legend. He has the winning mentality that these crowd don't have. He would have driven that dressing room in a way that Arteta would never be able to do. I think Vieira would have done a great job. But like you said, they pulled the wool over all their eyes, and in comes Arteta. Arteta wasn't even a good player. Never mind a club legend. You'd have to go for an experienced manager, someone that has respect. Arsenal Football Club, Dave, is not a club for a manager with no experience to manage. Like, this is not QPR. This is Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would give Dave? Why would you get an apprentice to come in? Like, if I had something wrong with my toilet, say I needed a plumber, why would I want to go to get a little chap there that's just coming out of school as an apprentice to fix a big job that I have? I go and get an experienced plumber to come in and do it. That's exactly what they've done. They've given Arsenal Football Club into the hands of a fella with no experience at all. It's like what you say. It's Pep Guardiola the manager of Man City, not Arteta. Arteta was putting cones out on the training ground. That's what he was doing.
He was making the team,
man. It's embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
Diego Simeone, I think, will do a good job at Arsenal because he take no crap. You know, that's what I feel. Someone with experience like that, like Simeone or even Roberto Mancini or someone to try to steady the ship there, because We're sinking like the Titanic here, brother. And we're going to become, what my fear is that we're going to become a mediocre club and a mid-table club. And that's where we're going to be. We're going to be static. We're going to remain there. We're going to turn out to be like an Aston Villa or, respect to Villa and someone like that, like just a top 9, top 10 team. That's not good enough. This is Arsenal.
Yeah.
We have to be fighting for Premier League titles. We have to be in the Champions League fighting it out with the top teams in Europe. This is what we expect. This is what I expect. Not what we're getting. And to go back on a few of your points there, Dave, this Shaka, I swear to God, if I had 5 minutes with that fella in a dressing room, I tell you the truth, the man is not a footballer. You're saying there with the Switzerland league there that's his standard. I tell you the truth. He shouldn't even put on a pair of football boots. I think he's a atrocious player. Like, this is our standard there. This is our standard, man. The fans, he told us to fuck off. He was going to go to Roma. And Arteta turns around and gives him a new contract. I tell you, I nearly put the television out through the window when I saw it on Sky Sports being announced.
He had his passport in his hand.
He had his flights booked.
He had a passport in his hand. He had his flights booked. He said it last week. He was going.
It's horrible.
And Arteta puts his arms around him. He had the passport in his hand.
It's embarrassing.
The contract.
It's embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at the midfield there. Jesus Christ. You're right in what you're saying. Vieira, Petit, Parler, Rocastle, all these legends. And now we're left with fucking Xhaka and El Neni. And this Thomas Partey is no great deal either. Lads, to tell you he's world class. He's world class. No, he's not world class. No. He's not world class. Sambi, nowhere near good enough. I'll tell you, it's a shambles. I'm sorry to say this, but we're a shambles. It's not good enough.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? It's like, I'll be honest with you. You do that stadium tour, I tell you the truth anyway, I don't like the Emirates Stadium. It's soulless. It's empty. There's nothing there. Highbury, I used to love going to Highbury. The hair stand on the back of your neck. You're going in there, you hear the passion, the fans, the North Bank, the pitches beside you. You see the player. You're almost playing the game. You go to the Emirates now, all you see is lads going out with business suits on them. They haven't a clue who the team is or who's on the team or anything. They don't care. It's all money, money, money. And
whenever
the atmosphere is atrocious. It's terrible. It's terrible, Dev.
Yeah, whenever I'm at the stadium, I look to the right where the away fan section is. 3,000 of them. They outsing us. They outsing us every time.
Every game.
Right, Jesus, what's that? 3,000 of them, and they're outsinging us completely. It's until we score, it's soulless.
Soulless. And then, if I went into that dressing room, know what the first thing I do if I went into that dressing room? I'll tell you the first thing I do in every home game. I get the players and I bring them down into the stadium and I go down to where that little cinder is in the ground and I say, lads, David Rocastle's jersey is down there in the ground. Now, go out there now and beat whoever you're playing. End the fucking story. It's embarrassing on all these great players what these clowns are doing week in, week out. Too busy. They're too busy hugging each other and holding hands and swapping numbers and jerseys and fixing their hairstyles and showing off their new tattoos, this, whether that. If I saw one of my players doing that to an opposition player, I'd break his fucking face there and then. That's the truth. It's a disgrace to the game. It's a disgrace to the club. Do you think Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira would do that? Winning mentality. Winning mentality. These lads have loser mentalities. Fourth spot. They're an insult. It's insulting to the fans. Fourth spot. Go ahead.
And they take their wages, man. They take their wages every week. You know how some of them are living compared to you and me, the working man. They take their wages every week. They've got enough money that they could ever need. They don't think about it. It's like the motivation. I mean, me, myself, I would want to win a game or two. I would want to win something. The money beside the point. I want to win. I want to win games. Like, look at Klopp and Liverpool. It is possible. Okay, he is miles better than Arteta could ever dream of being as a manager. But Klopp and Liverpool, they came from the doldrums. And now look at them. It is possible. And Liverpool, with all due respects to them, they're not in the financial class of Manchester City or Chelsea. You know? They don't have that massive financial power. But look at the team they have assembled and look at the manager they have. 2 Champions League finals. They won one of them. Premier League champions. Now they're going again, it looks like, into the Champions League final. I mean, this is not Liverpool showing improvement. This is Liverpool being arguably the best team in the world right now. And look at us. I mean, they're not just after winning the Premier League. These guys, this team is at a very high level. They can beat anyone on their day. Liverpool, I fear them. Every time we play Liverpool, I just know they're going to beat us. I always say there's no shame in losing to that team. And I mean it. Regardless of what you think about Arsenal, I always say there's no shame in losing to that Liverpool team because they have an incredible team. Of course, I don't want us to lose. But look, Liverpool are fantastic right now. There's no shame in it. But, man, we're gone so far. Like, Arteta has put us so far backwards. He's put us years back. I mean, years and years and years. We're so far behind where we should be. The team, and you know what? I fear the younger players. I fear Saka and Smith Rowe. We're going to lose them because they're going to look around them a little bit like Harry Kane did before the start of the season. They're going to look around them a little bit and they're going to be tempted. A bigger club, they want to win something. You remember when Robin van Persie left? He left. He won the league with United. His last season playing in the Premier League. I mean, of course, I have certain feelings about that. But in hindsight, for him, that was the best thing to do. He won the league. He's an incredible player. At least when he speaks out about football, he tells it straight. He doesn't kiss ass. If you ever see him when he did analysis, he put the boot into Man United. He put the boot into any club. He doesn't have favourites. He tells it straight, regardless. Like Roy Keane. But that's another thing. The position of the club at the moment, the situation we find ourselves in, with every passing year, we're slipping further and further away from where we need to be. I mean, at some point, I would like to see the club, not just for me, for the young fans. They haven't seen the club win the league. There's a lot of these guys go on YouTube. There's a lot of them have challenges, have channels. They're not men like you and me. I'm not calling them kids, but they don't have life experience like Warren, like Arsenal Alex, like Del Boy, like you, like me. Some of them do. They're on point. They go to the protests. They voice their opinion. They know what's happening. They're living in Islington. They're living in North London. But a lot of them, they haven't seen the team win. They don't know what's behind it. They need to look like, with social media, things have changed. But when I was a kid, I knew what was behind the face of the club. I knew the history, and I didn't just force feed myself it. It was a pleasure to learn about the club. These guys, it's like, it's all business for them. It's all glamour. Shaka looking good with his tattoos and his nice car. It's on the field is what matters. I couldn't give a crap what he does in his spare time. On the field is all that matters. We need to win games. And we need guys out there like you and me, Arsenal Alex, Warren, Del Boy, that are willing to die for the club. I mean, the way these guys live, they never, ever have to worry about anything again financially. The least they could do when they go out is give absolutely everything they have. I want to see guys on their knees at the end of the game. Not strolling off, like you said, fixing their hair. The effort. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. But the 3 games we lost, what was the mentality going into those games? What was Arteta telling them in the changing room? Because they went out onto the field. They knew what was at stake. Chelsea and United, those 2 games were around the corner. No telling what would happen in those games. We could have lost them. They went into the 3 games, winnable matches. Yeah, okay, the Palace one is a tricky one away to them. but the other two were winnable. They went out with fourth place within grasp somehow, and they put in those performances. Now you tell me what was going on in their minds when they went out there. Take it a game at a time, even if you win one. But it wasn't the scoreline. It was the performance that worried me. The performances were abject, soulless, spineless, gutless, heartless, no balls. Not one of them stood up. Not one of them actually committed to the challenge. Against Crystal Palace, we let them do what they wanted. We let them push us to one side. We let them take the ball forward at will. And we wilted under pressure. That's how I see things, man. And when things like that happen, you've got to ask yourself what is going on in the change room. If I was the manager and we were going out for those games, we would have taken the door off the dressing room on the way out. I would have had him fired up. I would have reminded him what was at stake. And if one of them is not doing it after 10 minutes, he's gone. I'll pull him off the field. I'd go on and drag him out myself. But I'm like you, man. They didn't go out and commit. They didn't persevere and push the other team back. And there's always that physical period in every game. They don't rise to the challenge. 10, 15 minutes, it gets physical. It gets nasty. We just wilt. We just break down. And Arteta is behind all of that. Look at Jurgen Klopp when he's on the sideline. He's remonstrating. He's pushing. He's shoving. He's shouting. But he's under control. He has himself under control. But he's with the players. He's as one with them. Arteta, distanced. He'll jump and he'll pump the fist. But when things are going well, when things are going bad, he waits 10 minutes and leaves the player on for another 10 minutes when the guy is gone. He's shot. It's not happening. He'll wait another 15 minutes. Then he'll pull him off. Then he'll put Martinelli on with 10 minutes to go. And at the end, he's scratching his head. Why couldn't Martinelli do anything? Jesus, you only gave him 8 minutes. You know what I mean? He gives these young players mountains to climb. And then he kind of looks at them. Oh, he didn't do it for me in this game. You have to bring a guy on with 20 minutes. 20 minutes to settle in. I'm on about when you're playing Liverpool, when you're playing City, when you're playing Palace. It was going against us anyway. You bring on a guy, he blames Martinelli. He looks at Martinelli. Well, Martinelli, you only give him 8 minutes. We weren't even getting the ball at that point. There was no possession. I mean, what's he meant to do? He was chasing shadows out there, and they were kicking the crap out of us. Those 3 losses, man, they could have cost us big time. After those 3 losses, I hung my hat up for the season. I said, that's it. We're done. Chelsea around the corner, United around the corner. I'm not giving up, but look at the performances. Somehow, like you said, those teams are struggling right now. We got 6 points. It's like a false dawn. I honestly need things to get worse, man, to see Arteta just showing the door. I mean, how long can it go on for? I'm going on a bit of a rant there now, but how long can we put up with this? Every season, it's the same. I had an Arsenal fan on my fan cam like maybe 6 months ago, Daniel Phillips. He's going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks again. I asked him one thing. He's over in the United States. What is Kroenke like? He said, Dave, bad news, man. He looks at one thing at the end of the season and one thing alone. Profit margins. How much money did I make? As soon as he told me that, I knew what time it was. He said, Dave, he's a capitalist in a capitalist country. Himself and his son, Josh, they're only looking at the money, the financial side. The club for them, it's just like a trinket. It's just like a toy. Something to keep them occupied. They have 4 clubs in the US, baseball, American football, ice hockey. You know, I think you saw his American football team. They won the Super Bowl. He's delighted with that over in the United States. They have the Super Bowl. He couldn't care less about standing in the Emirates with the Premiership trophy. Not on the agenda for him, man. I don't know what you think of the Kroenkes. That leads me to the next point. Edu. I mean, there was talk about Mark Overmars coming in at the club. Of course, now all the bad publicity about Overmars, this and that. That's not going to happen. But to be honest, I would give Overmars the job still. Edu, for me, he's not up to the task. I mean, it's like you said, we moved from one stadium to the other. We're meant to have all these big football things. When Wenger left, I was happy. But look at the situation now. Look at United when Ferguson left. They're in a worse position than us, if you want to say. I've never been a fan of Man United, and I never will. But the Manchester United fans group and the Arsenal fans group, as much as we hate to admit it, we actually have exactly the same problem. They have the Glazers, we have the Cronkies. They're suffering, we're suffering. We should actually support each other when there's protests, because what's eating them is eating us. The problems they have is the same problem we have. I mean, and it's like cancer, man. It's spreading through the Premier League. The small clubs, Mikel Arteta, he only got the job because he's a yes man. He's a puppet. And that's what they like. Year after year, season after season, they say jump, he says how high. They tell him what to do. 250 million, man. You hit a nail on the head. You want more back for your money, more bang for your buck. What have we gotten out of it? Champions League? We're going to get found out big time if we qualify. And I honestly don't think we're going to qualify. I think Spurs are going to do us. They're going to beat us at White Hart Lane, in my opinion. I can't see us putting up resistance against them because we bottle it every time. The win that we had at the Emirates against them last November, that was a good day out. But they were absolutely shocking. I don't know, man. I'm just going to post some comments there, yeah. Let me put up some comments. Manny, welcome along to the show, Manny. Don't forget about Clichy and Nasri, who went to City and won the Premiership themselves. Exactly. And they were two good players. Yeah, the Ox. The Ox went to Liverpool. It broke my heart when the Ox left, man. And he won something too. Big up for fellas. Arteta, you slag. Large up, old school Kyle. Big up Manny and Warren, you old mucker. Big up Spurs and Manny. I do not like his brainless plays. I do not like his tyrannical ways. I do not like Nathan Hensfield when I was much better. I think that's a bit of a song. Okay. If you're a Bayern fan, you need to consider the problems are bigger than Arteta. Imagine with all the clear outs and windows and the time he's been there. He hasn't been given a single striker. He has Martinelli. Yeah, he may not have bought a top-class striker, but 250 million spent, maybe that should have been his priority. Like last season, he should have been looking at the squad. Aubameyang was getting a little bit older. Maybe he was eyeing the door. Lacazette is not what he used to be. And that's another thing. We let Aubameyang go on a free.
But Dave, we actually paid 7 million for Aubameyang to go to Barcelona.
What? We paid them?
We paid 7 million, buddy.
For him to take him?
For wages to Aubameyang to go to Barcelona, we paid 7 million.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks it's free. It wasn't free. We paid 7 million.
What's the other way? Yeah, we should have got money for him.
Unbelievable.
And he was playing awful for Arsenal. I get it. He wanted to go. But you see, he still got it. As soon as he went to Barcelona, 9 goals in 11 games, was it? Or 9 goals in 9. He got a hat-trick in the Champions League.
He's actually after scoring more goals since he went to Barcelona than what we did up to the last couple of games there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Arteta has had a big problem there with Aubameyang. This is Arteta. Arteta got rid of Aubameyang. He's not able for the big personality. You see, he's a narcissist. He loves himself. And it's his opinion, it's his way or no way. And that's it. Yeah. And that's Arteta for you in a nutshell. Yeah. And the other thing is, you were talking about Kroenke. Kroenke is a huge problem. And he doesn't care about Arsenal. But, and I'll say but, he still gave over 250 million. Like, that's all he can do. He can just give over money. And he gave 250 million. What the fuck did we buy with that 250 million? Seriously. From top to the very bottom.
Second-rate players.
It's poison.
Second-rate.
It's poison. From top to bottom. And the board as well. This is not just Arteta. So let's get this straight. This is not just Arteta here. There's much more to it than just him. And that's why, in my opinion, our club is fucked. These young fellas are wanting to see us winning Premier League titles. I'm telling all these young fellas here today, forget about it. We won't win a league title for another 10 years. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. Because we have to do a serious clean-up from top to bottom. And that's going to be a hard thing to do. That's the reality of it, Dave.
Yeah. We have a lot of dead wood in the club. Man, I'm trying to get my thoughts in on it. We have a lot of dead wood in the club. Arteta he's like a leech, man. I mean, I honestly think he's just trying to add Arsenal to his CV for when he leaves the club and tries to get another managerial position. Like you said, you hit the nail on the head, man. He's very, very strong and he follows his own beliefs. On the training ground, he had that falling up with Guendouzi. He was gone. Saliba. I mean, we didn't need Ben White. We had Saliba. He has been absolutely tearing the French league apart. He's a monster of a man. He reminds me of the Liverpool centre-back, Van Dijk. He's just colossal. Like, the bigger the better in there, man, in the back line. He's strong, he's physical, he's fast, and he's got good touch on the ball. But the man can move. I mean, he can come out with the ball. Why did we get Ben White? Like you said, you don't rate Ben White. We had Saliba. Arteta can't get over himself. The most important thing with being a manager is being good with the players, being a people person, having a good relationship. You see Jurgen Klopp? The players love him, man. They look at him like he's a father figure. That's what you need at the club. It's not all about the best coaching tactics, this, that, and the other. And Arteta's crap at that anyway. We still haven't got the defence sorted out. We brought in this defensive coach for Manchester City that he knew that was surplus to requirements. He came to the club. The defence still hasn't been sorted out. The 3 games we lost, say no more about it, man. Brentford, was it Palace, and Southampton.
Yeah. We bought players to strengthen the defence, to make the defence better. The defence is worse now than it was last season with Luis and Bellerin.
It's worse now than it ever was.
This is a reality check for people if they're watching this. Wake up! Realise what's going on with the club. The other thing is, Dave, Arteta himself said he's going to win the Champions League within 3 years. He said that himself.
Fantasist. Not
even European competition. Never mind winning Champions League football. What's wrong with these people? And they're going around singing his song.
What club is he going to win it with?
The nicest looking Spaniard that we ever saw and all this shit. What's wrong with the fan base, Steph? Are they lunatics or what?
Plastic fans.
And the other thing is, and this is a little quick story, and my heart is broke. And I'll tell you what happened there. About 12 years ago now, I say I was. I went to a wedding down in Ferry Carrick here in Wexford. And I ended up having a nice with Ian Wright. Ian Wright was at the same wedding. Wow. And I have pictures and all here with two of us together. Wow. It was a great time. And I spoke to him a lot about Arsenal. We had a few drinks together. It was brilliant. Had a great time with him. And he's a legend and a hero. He's a gobshit. Ian Wright is finished in my eyes to me. PR man for that Arsenal Football Club. Going around showing off merchandise every day of the week.
Yeah.
Did you see the embarrassing video that he did after the Man United game? And he's singing the Arteta song into his phone.
He's like a bitch, huh?
Just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Seriously, Martin Keown on TalkSport talking shit as well. Another hero of mine, a legend as well. These fellas, they're getting paid by the club. They have to be.
Henry is the only guy that Henry is the only guy that lays it down. He puts it down flat. He tells it straight. Do you think Arsenal can win the Champions League with this current squad? No. He's just deadpan. And people look at him like, yeah, what you expect? they want him to give his opinions. He's giving his opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Arteta win the Champions League on the fucking PlayStation there. That's the truth of it.
Arteta is just delusional, man. I mean, he wonders what happens after every game we lose. He's kind of like, what happened? I mean, the preparation, everything. He thinks we can win the Champions League in 3 years. We're not even qualified. Liverpool are going to be in there. Man City are going to be in there. Real are going to be in there. And Barca are going to be in there. Not to mention Bayern, PSG, Spurs. You know, how are we going to win the Champions League? I mean, we can't even win the Premier League. If you won the Premier League,
it's embarrassing.
It's like fourth place when you get into the Champions League. A lucky fourth place finish. You're nowhere near good enough for the Champions League in that situation. I mean, you're looking at getting into the group stage and seeing what you can do. But even when we had the team of Henry and Bergkamp, we got to one final, 2006 against Barca. We could have won it. But that was proven quality from the front to the back. We had an incredible team. Campbell and Cole. Seaman.
Breaks my heart, Dave. It breaks my heart. I still believe that Arsenal team should have won the Champions League at one stage throughout that period of time.
Yeah.
We were good enough to do it. The night of the Barcelona game, Dave, Thierry Henry missed 2 or 3 key chances. If he would have scored one, we would have won that Champions League. It breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
And they kicked him around the park.
I could even cry right now even thinking about it, man.
They kicked him around the park for as long as he was on the field as well. There was the referee let a lot of things go that, I mean, we took the lead in that game. Lehmann got himself sent off, but they were kicking Henry off the field, man. They kicked him black and blue. I mean, that's the truth about it. The referee they were hacking him down.
And the thing that kicked me was when they took Lehmann, when Lehmann went off, they made a substitution there. And it kicked me. They took off Robert Perez. Robert Perez, to me, without a shadow of doubt, is one of my heroes. One of the greatest players ever to wear an Arsenal jersey.
Great player.
I love that man. Man. Broke my heart. But no, and look at that. That was in 2006. Look where we are now as a club. It's a shambles. It's a shambles.
We've gone so far backwards. We've gone so far back from where we used to be. And I mean, even then, we didn't have the finances we have now. So what is the difference? I mean, quality of manager, the board. I mean, David Dean isn't around anymore. Pat Rice isn't around anymore. Stalwarts, Arsenal men, die hard for the club. These guys were underrated in their roles. They were the driving force as well, not just Wenger. We've gone so far down since then. The other teams, they have improved. And the whole level of football in the league is improving. We can't kind of rest on our laurels, how many league titles we've won, this, that, and the other. Chelsea have completely eclipsed us in the last 10 years at least. I mean, Abramovich, he's in all kinds of trouble now, but he paid 1.5 billion. We paid 250 million. But they won 2 Champions League, 5 league titles. Say no more about it, man. 2 Champions Leagues and 5 league titles. They came from nowhere. So he got money back on his investment. And he actually went into the changing room with the players. He hugged them. He kissed them. He shook their hand. Kroenke, he's up in the VIP box. He's looking down at his minions. He's looking at his puppet, Arteta. He's looking at his puppet, Edu. And they think they're doing a great job. You see, when Edu got verbally abused at one of the Arsenal games, his wife stuck up her finger to the fan. I mean, at least talk to the guy. The reason the fan got so aggressive at that point was because he was being ignored. Talk to him. Talk to the fan. If you're willing to sit there...
But Shaka was the same.
Shaka, man.
Shaka came out, I don't know if you saw his interview there last week, Shaka. He said that he wants to get more involved with the fan base.
Mm.
Why don't he stop? Why don't he, after a game then, why don't he come out of his dressing room Take a little walk around the Emirates Stadium and stop on the outside there, talk to the fans. And
thank you, people.
why don't all the players do it? They don't want to do it. They want to get their £100,000 cars and head off to the £1 million pads. That's all they want to do. There's no such thing as fan and player anymore, Dave. That's gone. And like that fan was trying to talk to Edo. Edo should speak back to the fan. Why not talk to the fan? Like, who the fuck are you, Edo? You're in a better position job-wise than what the ordinary working man is. Fair play. But you're still a human being. Talk to the player. Talk to the fans. That's the problem. No one talks to the fans anymore.
The worst thing as well with Edu is back in the day, and even looking back now, before he came to the club, I actually thought well of him. I actually thought what a good player he was for us. He got the goals, he put in the performances, but all of that now has been destroyed. And that's another thing that annoys me as an Arsenal fan that has supported the club since I can remember. As long as I've been alive, I've supported the club, like yourself. That annoys me because I look back and I think of Edu. And I look now and I see he's just a parasite, a mercenary. Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry would never do that to the club. They would never allow themselves to be put in that position. Never. And they would never turn their back on the club in that way. Absolutely never. If you've ever seen Henry when he had the statue unveiling, whenever he talks about the club, there's a tear in his eye. He would not put money. He would not put money above anything else. He's not a yes man. He's not a parasite. Henry is not a mercenary. Bergkamp, not a mercenary. Freddie Ljungberg, these guys actually, and in fairness, Cesc Fabregas the same, even though he left the club. He is another guy that could be counted on. Now we're left with just, and that's the whole problem with the club. And the younger fans coming up, they love Arteta. They think he's the best thing since the sliced pan. They love that. They love him. They love this. They love that. I was Arteta out. I'm still Arteta out. It doesn't matter how many games we've been against United and Chelsea and how many times we come close to fourth place. I'm not going to get excited about that. But I say Arteta out. People come on later and they comment in the comment section on my videos. Shut up. You're only this and you're only that. Listen, on my channel, I give my opinion. You like it, you don't. You don't like it, don't subscribe, don't watch my videos. But if any of the people that comment on it and say those things, if they want to meet me in person, anytime, anywhere, you let me know. I'm available. I'll talk to them. We can have a conversation. I'm a big guy, but I'm not going to throw my weight around. I could, but I'm not going to. But we can have a conversation. Mikel Arteta is not capable of taking the club where they need to go, to the next level. It's as simple as that. His coaching experience, he shouldn't be allowed to build his coaching experience at Arsenal. He's using us like a training toy before he moves on to another club. And that's not right. He's putting us back years. People need to wake up. All the fans out there that think everything is great, I'm hoping, I'm praying that time that we will get relegated, as bad as that sounds. Because that might be the one thing that will get rid of the likes of him. I mean, he has no connection with the fans. It's like you say about the players. Shaka this, Shaka that. Then why doesn't he go down, hang around at the end of the game, or go get showered, come out then and like spend time with the fans? When he's driving out of the stadium, there's no social aspect, there's no contact to it. You know what I mean? It's just those times are long gone. And like you said, they're off to their mansions, man. They're getting into their 100 grand cars, and they don't care about the little man. They don't realize how much it means. They got a work contract to play for Arsenal, and that's how they see things. They have no connection to the badge, no connection to the crest, no connection to the club. They might as well be playing at Spurs. They might as well be playing at Chelsea. The man that has connection to the club, Patrick Vieira, they won't let him in the door. And why? Yeah. Because he's not a yes man. They want someone they can control, push around. It's as simple. It is like that. I mean, how could it be any other way? Look at the way that it was going. People need to wake up completely to the situation, to what's happening at the club. I don't care about my YouTube channel.
They even changed the badge.
Exactly. I don't care. Look, I have the real one here, yeah? I have the original here.
Yeah.
I don't care about my channel. I couldn't give a shit about my YouTube channel. I'm not making this video saying what people want to hear and hoping I get a bit of money or hoping I get a couple of views. I couldn't care less. I'm an Arsenal fan. That's all that matters to me. I started a channel. There you have it. I had a job anyway. This is about Arsenal fans voicing their opinions. Everybody can come on, and we can talk after a game and we can build up a community. I don't care if my channel grows or not. You understand? The most important thing to me is this. It's as simple as that. It ends there. People that think any differently, wake up. Look what's happening to the club. Look what's happening to the club. We haven't won the league in 18 years. We're not challenging at any level. We're slipping down into a level that is, to be honest, it's the performances that concern me. At least if we were fourth and we were strong every home game and we gave it everything in the away matches when we have to go to Anfield, it's not even that anymore. They just roll over. They give up. And like you said, there's no social connection from the players to the fans. It's business. There's a contract, they sign it, and they sign off as soon as they leave the stadium. They're not crying into their fucking pillow when they go home after they lose to Liverpool. They couldn't care less. Cristiano Ronaldo, say what you want about him, man. He's had some very bad times recently with that poor baby dying. But he actually cared about Man United to come back to them. And I am not a fan of his in any way, shape, or form. But it's guys like that. He came back to United to help the club and to maybe win something. Money, this and that. That man has enough money to... It's players like that you need. Players like him. And people call Van Persie. He was a mercenary when he left. Van Persie made the right decision for himself because he saw the way things were going under Wenger at the end. Xhaka will stay at the club forever because Arteta reckons he's a good player. But Xhaka has no options. No other club wants him. So he sticks with us. If another club is coming in for him, his bags will be packed in at the door. Let's not kid ourselves. When you have that situation at the club, we could have given him to Roma for 2 million. Even drop it down to 5 million, whatever, 10, 5, 2 million. If we had gotten rid of him in the summer window, it would have been the best thing for the club. He's taken up a space.
We were going to get...
Man.
We were going to get Bazuma.
Yeah.
And they wanted 45 million for him. And they said, no, 40 million. The 45 million was too much. I don't understand it. They paid 35 million for Xhaka. Was that not too much for Xhaka at the time?
Man.
You know, this is the club that we have there. That does everything backwards, like.
And they let Martinez
like
go.
Talking there about... Sorry?
You remember Emil Martinez, the Aston Villa goalie? The Aston Villa goalkeeper.
No, Bazuma, the midfielder for Brighton there.
But I'm just saying about Martinez. It's like Bazuma.
Yeah.
We let Martinez go, and we took in Ramsdale when we already had Martinez at the club.
Yeah.
And we let Saliba go, and then we paid for Ben White. They don't know what they're doing, honestly.
It's unbelievable. But why? Here's what I think. Here's what I think that, and this is straight talk once again. Kroenke, all Arsenal fans know that Kroenke is a big problem, and that he doesn't care about the club. He doesn't. He's never at games, and even if he is at games, you never see him. He never speaks. Josh comes out, he talks shit in a few interviews. So we all know that they're a problem. So there's only one way of getting rid of him. Boycott the fucking stadium.
Mm.
Don't go to any home games. Don't be lapdogs and running down to the armory every 2 seconds to buy new merchandise. And we can't even compete to get Champions League football.
Mm.
Boycott the stadium. Hit Kroenke in the pockets. That's the only way we are ever going to get rid of that American parasite.
Mm.
Until then, our club is fucked.
Mm.
This is reality.
Mm.
Arteta is a yes man to Kroenke. Yes, Kroenke, I do this and I do that for you, no problem. That's not a manager. And by the way, Dave, let's get something med strikes. Arteta was in America back in January. I'm sitting here today telling everybody, and I will be proved right. He's already after signing a new contract, buddy, and it's going to be announced at the end of the season. Arteta is going to be the Arsenal manager for the next fucking 3 years. Guaranteed. We're fucked.
Oh, man. I don't know. Jeez. I mean...
This is reality. This is reality. Kroenke is keeping Arteta at the club. Trust the process. I'll tell you who won't be at the club in 3 years. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli.
We're not going to hold on to those players. We're not going to be able to hold on to those players because at some point they want to see advancement. They want to see progress. Why they're actually even happy to play for Arteta at the moment, maybe it's the beginning of their careers. They're young guys. But I just, man, like if they, a 3-year contract for Arteta, I mean, what are we going to do in that time? Where are we going to go with it?
That's a fact.
Man.
That's a fact. That will be announced. Trust me. That is going to be announced. We're fucked there.
Yeah, it's completely out of our control. We can't do anything about it. I see Del Boy went to a game like maybe 2 weeks ago and he actually pounced on Robbie from AFTV. He actually said to me he thinks Robbie's on the payroll of AFTV, of Arsenal. He thinks that Arsenal are kind of paying Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV a little bit because he was completely kind of sitting on the fence about Mikel Arteta and about, you know, should we give him until the end of the season and decide his fate? He was completely sitting on the fence. Well, let's wait till the end of the season and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's almost on the payroll of Arsenal Football Club.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Even though he was kind of like surprised, he still kind of had this in the tank. Like this kind of like, it's like an actor. Yeah, well, let's give him until the end of the season. And,
100%.
You know, it's like a spiel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the only guy I respect was Troops. I don't know if you ever watched Troops.
Yeah.
He went over to America with Barstool Sports. He's in Manhattan now. He was at the game at the weekend. Yeah, he flew back to the game. Yeah. It's like New York and London. He's in between both cities. Yeah. But I mean, I respect him because he absolutely rubbishes Arsenal when necessary. And he's not looking at his bank account. He cares about the club.
About the club.
Cedric, I mean, this player, you went through it earlier, man. Like, we've got so much deadwood in the team. I mean, Chelsea have been struggling recently. Spurs have been struggling recently. United have been struggling recently. But the two top teams, City and Liverpool, they're laughing at us, man. They're looking down and they're just laughing. I mean, there's only one club in Manchester now, in my opinion. Chelsea have been outdoing Arsenal for the last, I don't know how long. They have really established themselves. When it comes to purchasing players, we don't have the purchasing power anymore. Everything has a knock-on effect. It goes hand in hand. Successful, a good manager, people want to come and play for a good manager. Like Liverpool, it's not all about money with Liverpool because they can't compete with City. They can't compete with PSG. They can't compete with, with Chelsea. They want to come and play for a good manager. You've got a good manager, it's going to bring players in. You bring one player in, he's got maybe a friend in the French squad or in the German national side. He says, you know what, the manager where I am is good actually. Why don't you think if you want to move, why don't you come to Arsenal? We used to have that before. Vieira came and Petit came, you know?
Yeah. And Elka, all the rest of them.
Anelka, all from the French national team. Okay, Wenger had his contacts in Monaco, at AS Monaco.
Yeah.
But that's how it was working. We got bit players like Gilles Ramondi. We got defenders that could do a job.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on. Robert Pires turned up. He turned up at the club.
It's like Raviel there. I think the chap's name was there. He texted in there. He wrote in there saying,
Raviel,
that he wanted to join in on the conversation because we're so negative. The Arsenal fans are so negative.
Yeah,
I
just
just want to
comment
say back to that.
the comment there.
Yeah, I just want to say back to that chap there about that remark that were negative. Should we be positive? Is my question. 18 years without a league title, going into our 19th year, which is the worst in Arsenal's history. Out of FA Cups and Carling Cups in January. No Champions League, no European football for the last 3 years.
No fight.
Are we supposed to be positive here about something? Because if we are, I kind of missed the point, man. If you want to write in there, whatever you want to do there, reply back. But if you're an Arsenal fan, it's fans like you that has our club the way it is, my friend. That's absolute facts.
Oh, man. I see your point.
We're supposed to be positive.
What's there to be positive about?
Absolutely shocking.
We're so far behind. It's not even funny anymore. I mean, with every season, we're becoming further and further. Yeah.
We're years behind.
Bro, this fan base thinks really negative, bro.
Like, you know, that, like...
And there's some comment there. That's a real comment there to...
Like, he's entitled to his opinion, like everyone is. And fair play to him and all the rest of us. I don't know the chap, but fair play to him. If that's his opinion. But I'm just asking the simple question. What is there to be positive about? Because I don't see anything to be positive about. Look at the squad of players we have. They're an absolute disgrace to the club. Look at the manager we have. Look at the owners we have. It's a shambles. The whole thing is a shambles.
Mm.
And absolutely 100% agree there about Robbie. He is a disgrace. He's a PR man for the club. That's what he is.
Look what he did to Claude.
Look what he did to Claude. Absolutely disgraceful.
Poor Claude, man. Poor Claude was suffering from depression. He threw him under a bus.
I know Claude well, Dave. I used to meet up with Claude quite a lot after games and stuff like that. He was a lovely fella. I got on very well with Claude. Yeah. And I got on well with DT as well. Very close with DT. And I couldn't believe what happened there with him without going into much detail, but I was blown away by that because I was friends with DT. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But that's what you're up against, Dave. We're all fans at the end of the day, and we all want what's best for our clubs.
Mm.
But if you're a United fan, Liverpool fan, Bournemouth fan, it doesn't matter who you are. You're a fan of your club. You want the best for your club.
Mm.
That's all we're doing. I'd be the first to turn around, Dave, and shout Arteta's name and sing songs about him. If we were competing, we're not even competing.
He's not vocal about things. He never comes and gives a rallying cry before the game. He never reaches out to the fans and gets that fever going. It's like stagnant. It's like dead in the water. There's no emotion. He's too controlled.
Yeah. Because the controlling fella. It's all about him.
Oh, man. Comment from Joanne Smith. Oh no, Raviel is here, the one who's trying to be in disguise again. Arteta sexual in the house. Oh man. Joanne never minces her words. Never.
Good girl, Joanne. That's what I like.
We're all fan, exactly. Poor old Raviel is getting but it's too many people, not just this guy, but too many people siding with Arteta, believing in Arteta. You can't put him ahead of the well-being of the football club. The football club is the most important thing. If anyone watched my last video, I was very emotional about that thing, but the most important thing is the football club. The most important thing are the fans. People like us. Everybody here that's in the comments that cares about the football club. You can't get things mixed up. You can't get things confused. Don't get carried away with what you hear and what you read in the media. There are a lot of people on YouTube, they only care about Arteta. They don't care about Arsenal Football Club. The club was here a long time before he even came into being, before he was even thought of. Like, look, what you said about Henry, what you said about Ian Wright is interesting, man. I'm going to go back to the thing about AFTV and Claude. They threw Claude under a bus because of a simple slip of the tongue. The man is not a racist, God rest his soul. What about Mo? You know Mo? That used to be on AFTV.
Yeah.
Absolute gentleman. The time they were outside the stadium and half of the Arsenal fans wanted to lynch Robbie. They wanted to box the head. I'm sure you've seen that video. They tried to box the head clean off his shoulders. They wanted to annoy, and he was going to get the crap kicked out of him. These are some tough London boys I'm talking about. They were well able to take hands. Mo got in between it, and he told him not to engage them. He saved his ass. After that, he wears a Free Palestine badge in one of the interviews. He's gone.
Gone. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, and Mo is entertaining. What about his video about Chelsea? And he tells them about their history. That is one of the funniest videos I've ever seen on AFTV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the way he treated him. It's just, anytime you need to go now, my friend, just let me know, because I know you need to work later. So
there's no problem. Work away there now.
You just give me the heads up, yeah? Warren's
100%.
Kyle, and make sure as well that you send me on WhatsApp your the link for your channel, yeah? Because I can subscribe. I'll get my wife to subscribe, and we can give you a couple of subscribers, you know?
That's perfect. I'll send it on to you.
Kyle and OSG, fans who want, do you want to actually put the name of your channel? Because there's a lot of people watching now. You want to mention?
I'll tell you, the name is Kyle Walsh Arsenal.
Kyle Walsh Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have two channels. There's two channels on YouTube at the moment, but it's the one that has, I think, there's 70 subscribers. So just go to the one with the 70 subscribers. So you see all the videos.
Okay. I'm going to have a look.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Guys, if you haven't already, check out this man's channel. It's Kyle Walsh Arsenal. And he has around 70 subscribers. Like his videos. Comment in the comment section below. And when you click on the subscribe bell, make sure you subscribe. You click on the notifications bell, that you get notified every time he uploads content. He's going to be back in the game soon. He's going to be doing what he does best, terrorizing Mikel Arteta. No, but seriously, he's going to be doing what he's doing best, giving his opinions on the club, the fan base, the rules, Champions League, and everything in between. A to Z of Arsenal Football Club. Obviously, he loves the club. He's a gunner, diehard gunner. He's not one of these plastic fans. Kyle and OSG, fans who want the best for the club and to win titles are the positive ones. The ones who are accepting mediocrity are the negative ones. If they don't like it, they can F off. Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's where we have to be. We have to be fighting for league titles. As simple as that.
Competitive. The team should be competitive.
Absolutely, 100%.
And they should play with some spirit and some heart. And we need players in there that actually care about the club. Their level as players is important, but we need them to actually have a connection to the club. If they don't, they need to be shown the door. If they're only after the money, they need to be shown the door. Because we don't need that kind of player at the club. They're not worthy of it. You see, the game in the past, it wasn't all about money. There was less money around. There was more heroes would come and play for the club. Now, it's just business. Contracts, like getting a new job. We don't need guys that don't have any connection to the club. They're the last player we should be looking for. They should be out of there. We don't need that kind of player. We don't need that kind of player.
No.
A lot of the guys that play for Liverpool, they care. I heard Mohamed Salah say recently, there's kind of speculation about his contract. He said, the money aspect is not important to me with Liverpool. He's willing to play for Liverpool. He's not looking at the money side of things. The guy actually has an affection for the club now. That's the kind of player you need.
They run themselves today.
He could play for any club he wanted. Yeah, they'd run themselves into the ground for the club. But he could play for any team he wanted. He could go anywhere he wanted right now. He's a hot commodity. But he has an affection for Liverpool, and he's faithful to them. That's the kind of player you need. That's the kind of player you want. We want.
Yeah.
Let me see, Raviel Burton. I'm not Arteta in, Joanne. I'm just against the flip-flop of managers. If another manager comes in, it will be another reset and getting rid of players. What's wrong with that?
Well, so they have to get rid of players.
There has to be players. You have to move heaven and earth. We're going to have to. The whole garden is going to have to be redug. You know what I mean?
Complete and utter cleanup.
Reshape. Complete another reshape. When is your next stream, bro? I want to come on. The time zone difference isn't working well with me. This guy's in the Caribbean, as far as I know. But maybe the three of us could do a stream together.
Absolutely.
And, Love to. Get interesting.
Love to.
We'll see. We can arrange it, Ravil. Leave your details in the comment section and we'll see what's happening. It will be interesting. You're welcome at any time to come on the channel, no problem. 615 points. Unfortunately, to get 6 points. I've made 6 out of the last 15, which lets me know these players play when they want. Drop 9 points to mid-table fodder due to arrogance and complacency like Mesut. Manny, Ravil, are you in America? Your morning will be afternoon in the UK. He's in the Caribbean, Manny. That's where he's living. I know he's in the Caribbean. Maybe Dave will do an evening stream. No, I'm going to be spending time with my wife. Quality time is what I call it. Netflix and chill, and maybe then later we'll do the wild thing. All right, let's see. Keep it clean. Arsenal should keep sacking managers till they win a title. We can start with Arteta anyway, and we'll see how that goes.
Exactly.
He's in Antigua, same zone as New York. Ravil is in Antigua. That's a long way from Wexford, Kyle.
It sure is.
It's over there somewhere. It's not Cork. It's not Cork.
It's definitely that.
Players used to play for the badge and kiss the badge. Now they kiss arse. And now they kiss Arteta's arse. Joanne, she likes to tell it like it is. Oh!
Joanne, you're spot on.
Her next comment, I misread it there. Now I see that it's okay. I thought she was saying, fuck the Caribbean. All right. If we had another manager, it would be better, as we took on someone who really wasn't one to begin with. He's a player. He's a former player. That I agree with. That is the problem. I mean, these coaching badges, this, that, and the other, I think you could do that in an afternoon. Like Dennis Bergkamp got his coaching badge. I think you could do that like over a week or over a month. And then you have like some kind of coaching badge UEFA. That doesn't mean they're going to step in and be Jurgen Klopp. Zinedine Zidane was the only player manager I can remember that was actually incredibly successful. Was Zidane. I mean, everything he touched turned to gold. But I don't remember another player manager being as good as that. I mean, Guardiola is player manager, fair enough. Klopp, I think, had a little career. Wenger used to play a little bit of AS Monaco. But Wenger is a manager. Pep is a manager. Let's be honest. These guys have ability. They all probably played at some point or another, but they are managers, in my opinion. Arteta is not a proper football manager.
No way.
Arteta and his gormless fans put the arse in Arsenal. Ancelotti for Manny. He wants Ancelotti to come in.
He steadied the ship, anyway.
I was working with a guy last year, a Londoner, and he spotted him walking around Chelsea one time. He was going to go up and talk to him. And then he didn't. And then he left Chelsea. And then he wished he did. The poor guy. Whenever you see anyone like that in the street, don't even think about it. Just go for it.
Just go for it. That's right.
Don't walk up and annoy him if they're with the family, but I mean, go up and say, hey, how are you, and see how it goes. But don't miss your chance, because he missed his chance. He was walking through Chelsea with his wife, walking the dog, and he wished now he went up and actually said, Carlo.
Yeah.
All they can do is tell you to,
That's it. That's it.
You know what I mean? Be respectful, they'll respond. They're people. Arsene Wenger, I will always love. He wanted Zidane to take over. That would have been some roller coaster ride if we had gotten Zinedine Zidane. I would have been wetting my pants out of joy. You know what I mean? Tears of joy would have been streaming down my face.
Well, you see, Dave, there's another thing too that we all forget, and I always speak about it. We as Arsenal fans, we were kind of spoiled as well, because we had the likes of Bergkamp and Henry, Perez, Adams, Keown. And to be quite honest with you, footballers like them lads are just not around anymore. They just don't make them like that anymore.
No, we were definitely spoilt. Joanne with a comment there. Kyle and Arsenal shirts, but nobody wants to buy them. Well, if they don't buy Xhaka, they're not going to buy our Arsenal jerseys. Let's be honest about it. But anyway,
I'll tell you what, that's what they may do. The people may stop.
Joanne, you can send the jerseys to me.
And to me,
We'll
Joanne.
make a home for them. Sell the jerseys to us. Sadly, Ancelotti won't leave Real, but I'd love Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers, I don't know. He doesn't do it for me.
No, not for me either.
Well, it hasn't done Chelsea any harm, has it? They have been sacking managers on a regular basis, and they're the most successful team in England the last few years. Yeah, exactly. They don't hang. They even sacked Lampard, and he's a club legend. As soon as things started to go west, he's gone. That's what you need to be these days. You can't be waiting 5 or 6 years, giving people like Arteta all the time they need. If Arteta had been at Chelsea, he'd already be gone.
Yeah.
He went safety first, man. Arsenal, soft touch, as he sees it. 9 out of 15 points is better than 6 out of 15. Simple math. Gassed up Arteta fans get 2 dodgy wins of a shoddy Chelsea and a shambolic United, who lost to Watford, Leicester, Everton. 6 points behind. Arteta's the best ever. Got to go now, boys. I'll catch up soon. Arteta out. See you later, Manny. Thanks for tuning in, man.
See you, buddy.
Peace out, man. Peace out. Respect to India. Laugh it loud, Joanne. Big up G. Yeah, Joanne tells it like it is. I'll take some of those jerseys anyway, Joanne. You can send them my way. But honestly, how many of the people watching here think we're actually going to get top 4? And if we do, and if we don't, what difference is it going to make?
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. And actually, you're right. It doesn't make a difference. It's irrelevant. Because what's going to happen is we'll go to the Champions League. There we'll be kicked over. We've made a show off. And then we go to that into Europa League and we've made a show off of that as well. And then where do we go? You know what I mean? It's horrible. Like
the Premier League, the teams that we face, I mean, I have it here. I'm sure a lot of people know that. But our games in the Premier League, we're away to West Ham on the 1st of May. Then we're home against Leeds on the 8th of May. I think Del Boy is coming over for that game. On Thursday, the 12th of May, we're away at Spurs. Then we're away at Newcastle on the 16th of May. Then we host Everton on the 22nd. And that's our last game. So we have Everton, Newcastle, Spurs, Leeds, and West Ham. There's a lot of banana skins there, guys. A huge match tonight in the Premier League. United are playing Chelsea. Honestly, I don't know which way that's going to go because both teams are absolutely brutal. But tonight, United are playing Chelsea. But you see Arsenal's running, man. We've got West Ham, then we've got Leeds. I think then it was Spurs, Newcastle, and Everton. I mean, Everton only lost narrowly to Liverpool, I think 2-0, but it was narrow. It was a narrow defeat. They could have had a penalty. The cat was amongst the pigeons for a while. They were pumping the ball into the box. They were putting pressure on Liverpool's back four. They got in amongst them. That's what Liverpool can do. I mean, that's what everything can do. And I honestly don't think we can withstand that. If we get top four, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean much for us. While back into Europe Champions League, we're so far away from even competing for the league. Imagine that, like with 5 games to go, and we were within touching distance. The excitement, the passion, all of that. When we rose up the table before we lost those 3 games, obviously I'm Arteta out, but I was kind of feeling like I did when I was a younger man, supporting the club as maybe a teenager. When I was really young, I felt a little bit of that, you know, the butter was coming again, because we were kind of moving up a little bit. And I was like, we're getting a couple of results and they're having fun on the field. Then we hit the 3 losses. That's Arsenal in a nutshell. I mean, Liverpool, they have consistency. We have absolutely no consistency. And that's the problem.
That's why I didn't have butterflies, because I knew that we mess up, because we always mess up.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it for the last 15 years. It's shambles. Yeah. But what
like you said, but like you said, we were lucky. We were used to having the finest players, and now we're not at that level anymore. We've gone down. I mean, from the Henrys and the Bergkamps and the Pires to the Vieira, the Petit, Freddie Lundberg, an incredible player. But now look at us. I mean, the decline has been, Arsene Wenger, I don't know what he thinks of the whole situation. He's always respectful to Arteta because it's one manager to another as such. But he can't be a... I actually met a Japanese man. He's actually from the city where Arsene Wenger used to coach, Nagoya Grampus 8. He's from Nagoya. And he was having breakfast in the hotel I work in like a few days ago with his wife and kids. I said, where are you from? He said, Japan. I said, yeah, but what city? He said, Nagoya. I said, you know Arsene Wenger? No, I don't know him. No one knows Arsene Wenger. I said, Nagoya Grampus 8? He said, And I said, Arsene Wenger? He said, no, they don't know Arsene Wenger. I was like, you don't know Arsene Wenger? He was like, I don't know Arsene. He won them the J League. They don't know Arsene Wenger. He's not a celebrity, man. He's not a
But for me, Dave, Wenger overstayed his welcome by about 5 or 6 years, man.
Me too. I was anti-Wenger all the way.
Yeah, for the last 5 or 6 years, which is sad.
He prolonged the decline, and it was harder to come out of it.
Yeah.
It was the sooner he went, the sooner we could rebuild. And with respect to Wenger, he deserves to leave the club with nothing but respect. But he had to go so we could start the rebuild. It put us back. You remember all those Champions League hammerings in Munich?
Yeah.
You remember at the Allianz?
Yeah.
I was watching the Champions League and we were getting just thumped.
We were getting destroyed under him. What will happen to us under Arteta's reign? We'll be getting about 12 and 15 one.
I just hope you don't draw Bayern if we qualify, because they are going to savage us. I mean, they lost to the Yellow Submarine. They lost to the Emery's team.
Yeah.
But they have enough in the tank to beat us. You remember last season when we played them in the Europa League and Villarreal? The second game at the Emirates was the most dysfunctional, disjointed, soulless, heartless, no courage. Okay, they had us bottled up. The system they played, we couldn't get beyond the last man. They were in the way. They were brilliant on the ball then when they got the ball. Brilliant in possession. Anything to upset them. We didn't try to upset the balance. Arteta needed to use all his nous, if he is a good manager, to do something to unhinge that, because we played right into their hands. You know,
terrible. Joanne, that's a beautiful message there, Joanne.
Arsene Wenger gave my friend her dying wish, which was to meet him. He talked to her in sign language. She had to be sedated a bit to calm her down, as she suffered anxiety and agoraphobia. He was a decent guy. He just stayed too long, man.
Yeah. But Dave, it's a disgrace, man. His statue should be outside the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah, of course. Like Bill Shankly at Liverpool.
That's
like
where it should be.
At Liverpool, yeah. By the Herbert shop. We have Tony Adams. We have Dennis Bergkamp. We have Thierry Henry.
We have Chapman. And Wenger should be there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be. I mean, why haven't they put one up yet? I can't understand.
Disgraceful.
He took us from like he prolonged the careers of Tony Adams.
Yeah.
Steve Bold. You remember he brought in this dietitian.
Yeah.
And he used to give them every other day. Ian Wright. He used to make the older players like Adams and Bold. They could train every other day. But when they trained, it was high intensity. Yeah. But then they would have the next day off because they weren't like Fabregas.
Yeah.
They weren't like Nasri.
Yeah.
He used to have them training every other day. And a dietitian, no alcohol, water, this, that. And they loved it because you see the way they were playing at the end. Bolds to Adams, and he smashes it in against Everton. 4-0 at Liverpool. I mean, he prolonged their careers by a long way. He got the best out of it. Adams
he not only transformed Arsenal Football Club, but he transformed English football.
Professionalism.
Yeah.
He brought like a professional aspect to training, how the manager conducts himself. We had some great games with United down through the years, but now ourselves and United are we're not at the races, man. It's a different time now. It's a different time, and we need to shock the club back into action.
Well, my problem is we used to be the third biggest club in England. We're going to be the fourth now because Chelsea's going to overtake us.
Yeah, they're winning a lot of titles.
You know, sad, very sad story. We won't even be the
Their
biggest club in
marketing.
London anymore.
I'm living here close to Chelsea Stadium, would you believe? Well, not close to it, but I pass it every day on the way to work. And I'll be passing there again tomorrow morning. But their marketing ability with signing players, with the marketing Chelsea Champions League winners, Adidas. Okay, now they've hit a bit of a black patch. They're not going through the best time with the Abramovich situation. But before that, their marketing was on a different level. They got the players. Like when they wanted, like in the summertime, we were talking about Martinez at Inter Milan as a possible striker. He didn't leave because they lost Lukaku to Chelsea. Chelsea wanted Lukaku. Chelsea got Lukaku. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't do that. We could not take Lukaku. We could not take Van Dijk from Liverpool. Chelsea wanted Lukaku. Chelsea got Lukaku.
Yeah.
Chelsea wanted Timo Werner. Chelsea got Timo Werner. We're not at that level anymore to compete and actually attract the players. It's like I said, it has a knock-on effect. Arteta is the coach. People are like, well, I don't want to go play for Arteta. He has a reputation. The team was sliding. You come to London, you want to play for Chelsea. You don't want to play for Spurs or Arsenal. We're not at where we were before. And it has a knock-on effect with everything. We can't attract the players. The football doesn't improve.
Yeah. It's horrible.
We can't compete with them. Chelsea have completely, they're very marketable. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. We're just at becoming a mediocre club, and that's it. And it's so sad. So sad.
Warren, if by some miracle we end up in the Champions League, I will laugh my socks off. If we end up in a group with Bayern and Villarreal, oh, it's going to be 0 points there.
Warren is the top man. He sent me a video the other night there, Dave, of the Arsenal fans after the Man United game, and they're singing that Arteta song. I tell you the truth, it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Yeah, we're shambles of a fan base. Shambles.
Yeah.
I'd say we're probably the worst fan base in world football.
And you know what the worst thing is? Like when I was working last year before I lost my job, I was working out in Fulham. And I was working with a Chelsea fan. A nice guy now. And we were watching the Europa League semi-finals. And Chelsea were in one of them, I think. They were in the Champions League. We were in Europa League. We would watch the games as we were working in a warehouse. We were doing the packing, we were watching. Why? Like, explain this to me. United wanted Van Persie. They got Van Persie. United wanted Alexis Sanchez. They got Alexis Sanchez. Other side of things, we get, with all due respect to him, what's that English striker? We got the black striker from United. Welbeck. We get Welbeck. He's on the downward curve. They take Sanchez and Van Persie when they're up here. We get, from Chelsea, we get Willian. And with all due respects to Luis, he put in a shift now and again. But Willian, we take the rejects and we give them our best players. Like, I remember Piers Morgan. He's a massive Arsenal fan. Piers is a very volatile. He's very controversial character. But when we sold Van Persie to United, Piers Morgan was beside himself with anger after that, because we made one of our rivals stronger.
Of course.
Sell outside of the Premier League.
We sold him for 25 million to them.
Hold the player to ransom if it's not going to be like that. But Piers Morgan was beside himself with anger when we gave United Van Persie, because look what we get in return. We get Danny Welbeck. We get two guys at Chelsea that are after. They give us players that are past their best. We gave them Van Persie in his prime. Yeah. He won the Premier League. He came back to the Emirates and he destroyed us.
Yeah.
He dismantled us. Oh my God.
Terrible. I mean,
why do we do that?
Terrible.
We're meant to be taken seriously as a club. It shows our ambition when we do that.
Do you know what kills me?
Liverpool would never do that.
Never.
Mohamed Salah to United. Never going to happen.
Never happen.
Never going to happen.
Dave, Wenger had a thing that once you turned over 30 years of age or 31, that he wanted you kind of to go. He wouldn't give you another contract. Robert Perez was finished at 31 at Arsenal. He went to Villarreal, I think it was.
Yeah.
But then they turns around and takes a 30-year-old Willian from Chelsea. I know Wenger in the butt. I'm just saying that. Why would you want to take? You're right what you're saying. Rejects is what we were taking in.
Exactly.
Danny Welbeck was the United reject.
He was on the treatment table.
He couldn't stand up at all.
He was on the treatment table.
Oh. The standard, this club is a fucking disgrace. It's a shambles. We're a joke. We're a joke. People are laughing. They're laughing at us. It's terrible.
We give away our best players and we take substandard from rivals. Why take Willian? The only good thing I could say about Willian is when he went to leave the club, he severed the contract by his own terms that we wouldn't have to pay him any money.
Yeah.
He saved us like 20 odd million or something.
Yeah.
Respect to Willian for that.
Respect to Willian for that as well. Fair play to him. Because not many of them fellas will do that there, you know.
No. Mesut Ozil, he bled us dry.
He an absolute disgrace.
And now he's doing the same at Galatasaray. He's doing the same at Galatasaray.
I tell you now, Dave, and I'm going to be honest about it. I have strong opinions about Mesut Ozil. I absolutely fucking hate the man.
Me too.
With a passion. He played the club dry. He's an absolute disgrace.
He was crap.
Crap. The most overrated player I ever came across.
Weak
mentality. Spineless.
Weak physically, man. A weak body.
Oh, I tell you one thing. He is what Arsenal is now. Spineless. No winning mentality. Cowardly. That's what we are. And Ozil is that. That's exactly what we are, Dev. And I wanted 5 minutes with Ozil. Jesus, I absolutely hated that man. The best day of my life was the day he fucked off.
300 grand a week.
What did he ever do? I used to get a fucking nightmare because I used to put videos up and I used to say about Ozil. And lads, what are you talking about, Kyle? He's world class. World class. Where, lads? Because I don't see any world class about him.
He was gone in the big games against Chelsea, against Liverpool, against their midfield. He was absolutely mincemeat. I mean, he did nothing. Crap.
Afraid of his life. It's disgraceful.
Weak. Physically weak.
Yeah. Disgraceful.
I don't know, man. That was the beginning of the end anyway, but luckily we managed to get rid of him. But I don't know. I'll have to check about this Arteta song later. I haven't seen it, but what
scandalous. Absolutely scandalous.
Disgusting. Singing about not winning anything, about a manager who was a loser and a bottle job who's done bugger all. That's Mikel Arteta. He's using the club as a stepping stone until he can get a better job with a bigger club. And he's going to leave us in the doldrums. I mean, who's going to come into the club then? We honestly need a manager. I mean, it's gone beyond. I feel sorry for the younger players, the Smith Rowes, the Martinellis, the Sakas, because they need training, they need guidance, they need someone like Jurgen Klopp that's going to come in and actually take them to one side and say, I believe in you, you can do a job for me, I have faith in you. He does that with all the Liverpool, the younger players. And look at them, they respond for him. They have, in key areas, Liverpool have top quality. But outside of that, they have guys that he has placed faith in. Klopp plays faith in them. I mean, what do we have?
Dave, the young fellas are gone, buddy. The young fellas are gone. I'm telling you straight up, next 2-3 years, the boys are gone. They're not going to hang around. Why would they stick around with Arsenal?
Second rate.
You want to be out of your fucking rocker to stick with Arsenal. You imagine me, Martinelli, now you're looking around you, looking at that dirt that's on the pitch.
Trophyless.
The cabinet is empty. It's disgraceful. Dave, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, mark my words. It's going to be at least another 10 years before we win any title. Could be even more.
If we're lucky, man. I can't see it.
There could be fucking Mickey Mouse managing us in 10 years' time. The way things are going, it's terrible.
You remember Martinelli won the Olympic final with Brazil in the summertime?
Yeah.
Last summer, yeah.
Yeah.
He came back to London. He went back to the training ground, and to be honest, he should have featured. But Arteta was very kind of standoffish. The guy was in red hot form. He should have went straight into the first team. If he's good enough, he's old enough. He's not 15. I mean, the guy's a man. Why didn't we play him?
Arteta once again. Martinelli will be my number one striker.
Yeah. The first 3 games that we lost at the start of the season, that was because we signed the players, like I was saying earlier. We signed the players too late. They didn't have time to gel in the training ground. That's why you get that business done early doors, out the gap. Then they have time to bond and to train together before the season starts. We hit the ground running. If that happens again this season, man, I'm serious. I'm going to go on a big rant because we
my question to you, Dave, is who the fuck are we going to sign this summer? That's my question here, because I don't see anybody we're talking about now.
We tried to get Locatelli last season. Remember, we tried to get the striker Locatelli.
Yeah.
He went to Juve from Sassuolo. He stayed in Italy. Honestly, I would go for a striker. We need to strengthen the defense and the midfield, but I would get a striker like Ollie Watkins. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a good player. He has Premier League experience. We should try to get players with Premier League experience.
Absolutely.
Come into the club. It's valuable. Premier League experience.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Ollie Watkins. I think he could do a lot for us in the forwards. He's a real handful. But once he gets the supply into him, he's good at running at people. If Basuma is a fantastic player.
I see we're linked with Jesus.
Yeah, they've been linked with him, yeah, Gabriel Jesus, but I honestly can't see that happening for the life of me. I mean, will he really come to Arsenal after being at the heights of Manchester City?
It's hard to know.
It's for fun for them now.
Because Haaland, I think, is going there, isn't he? Haaland is going to Man City, seemingly.
Yeah.
500,000 a week. Crazy.
That's like he's going to be getting 2 million a month.
2 million a month. It's unbelievable.
Jesus. Well, they can afford it, you know. They can
do what they want. But I just worry there because I don't know who we're going to get that's going to make the team compete. I think what's going to happen is next season we're going to be saying the same fucking stuff all over again. Not going to be competing out of the league title race or even competing for the league. We'll be over by September.
Yeah,
this is where I'm struggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No FA Cups, no Carling Cups, nothing. There's nothing happening. No winning mentality. Can't happen. Yeah. If you don't have a winning mentality, forget about it. And this Arsenal football team, there's no winning mentality.
And when we lost the 3 games in a row recently, when we lost those 3 games, all there was silence. There was just silence. That's what I had a problem with.
Yeah.
I mean, the reaction of Arteta and the squad, complete silence. We got lucky against Chelsea and United. It could have been 5 defeats in a row. I don't know.
Terrible.
Silence, just pure silence when we lost those games. No reaction. Tells you all you need to know, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go, buddy.
No problem.
I think I have to go.
No problem. Thank you for tuning in, yeah?
Listen, thanks very much for having me on the show, and I give you a message.
Send me your channel link, yeah?
I text you there soon.
Take it easy.
Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
See you later.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. It's just me now for a while. The OSG. I hope that's all right with G. He's gone. I'm just going to go to the bathroom quick and I'll be back. All right, I'm back, guys. Back with a bang. Sorry about that. Had to take the clothes out of the washing machine. Big thank you to Kyle for turning up, man, for coming on the show. Appreciate it. That was a very good live stream. I'm still here, Warren, man. I just went up to take my clothes out of the dryer because I have to do those things myself. I don't have a servant, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm still here, man. Still going, doing my thing. That was a very good live stream with Kyle. That was cool. All right, let me just quick. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. Arteta thinks he's Pep, but he's just a crap manager with no tactical sense. I'd agree with that. Thank you so much, Dave, for having me. I had to head off. I'd love to do another show with you. Okay, but yeah, sure, we can. We can. You have my number, man. Text me, hit me up, and we can arrange it because it was very good. I like the chemistry. A lot of people were watching. A lot of people were interested. Two Irish guys together on the channel, it works. And like you're good on the channel. You talk sense. You talk with passion. You get fired up. And I like that. You're alive. And you care about the club. You want the club to improve. And I like that. You support the club. You've got the right mentality with regards to what the club are going through at the moment and what the fans are going through. And you see things clearly. And that's what I like about you being on, Kyle. You see things clearly, man. But yeah, let's see. Kyle Walsh, Arsenal. For those of you that haven't, guys, check out this man's channel. It's Kyle Walsh, Arsenal. He's got like 70 subscribers. So give it a look and see what you make of it. He's going to be kicking it off again soon. He's taking a bit of a hiatus for a while. Now he's back and he's kicking. So let's see. Thank you for coming on, Kyle. I appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. All right, let's see. Kyle Walsh, Arsenal. Oh, Kyle Walsh, 66 subscribers. You just subscribe. All right. There we go. 2 more subscribers for Mr. Walsh.
Europa League football, Thursday night football. What the fuck was going on all season?
I'm just doing a silent watch along there, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Mini Raiola, Pogba's agent, is dead. Oh no. Wow, that's really sad news there. Really sad to hear that. just be back in a sec. Here I am, double streaming. All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, we're on double streaming. So let's talk football. How are you keeping anyway, Warren? How are you getting on? How's life? How's life treating you? Nah, nothing had happened to me, Warren. My penis is still attached. All right. Nothing happened to me, Warren. I'm still alive, man. I'm still alive. I'm just double streaming here. All right, guys. Double stream, double stream. Double stream, double stream. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, let's see what's happening. Let's go back to that news story. Just had to clear that with Waza. Those of you that don't know, guys, Mino Raiola, the agent of Erling Haaland, Paul Pogba, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, has died aged 54, according to reports in Italy. Don't be confused, Joanne. I'm on top of things. If you have any questions, just ask. The Italian was thought to have been suffering from an illness, they say. The Daily Mail said he had minor surgery in January, but the nature of the illness was not disclosed. Raiola was known for his influential role in securing big money moves to European giants for his clients. He was involved in negotiations regarding Haaland's potential move away from Borussia Dortmund this summer, with Manchester City thought to be the frontrunners. Now it's come out, guys, that Haaland is actually going to go to City in the summer for £500,000, believe it or not. I mean, he was also, just get that one. He was also liaising with Paul Pogba over his impending move away from Manchester United this summer. Raiola helped to orchestrate the Frenchman's €89 million move from Juventus in 2016, a world record fee at the time. Also among his clientele were Matthias de Ligt, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Mario Balotelli. Sad, sad news indeed, guys. I mean, there's not much more you can say about that. Yeah, everybody watching out there on my other stream, Mino Raiola, the agent of Paul Pogba, Erling Haaland, has passed away. He was just 54, champion's life. He was just 54. He passed away in Italy after a lung disease. So may he rest in peace. He was a very, very high profile agent, a real star. And yeah, he had a lot going on. He was agent for many of the world's biggest football stars. It's been confirmed, my friend. He has passed away in Italy, age 54, from lung disease. A lot of people wanting to know if it's been confirmed or not. It's been confirmed, my friend. Unfortunately. Yeah, rest in peace. But he had a life, guys. He lived a life and he did something with his life. And we should not forget that. A lot of us, we would be very, very lucky to have the same kind of life as him and to live like he did and to experience what he experienced in life. So we can be thankful for that. The man lived. He did something with his life. He made moves. See, there's a lot of people tuning in now. Thank you for that. Also, if you want, please subscribe to my channel. You see it here, it's Old School Gunner. People saying apparently he isn't dead. We'll see. But yeah, what it is. It is sad. Life can be tough sometimes like that. But let's see what happens. Rest in peace, Raiola. Rest in peace. Tough times. Tough times for him and his family, of course. Tough times. It was also a very tough time for Cristiano Ronaldo recently. Hopefully he's coming over that. He's getting over that. But yeah, rest in peace. Everybody watching, please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. If you can subscribe to my channel, there's a lot of you watching now. I would appreciate it. And if you subscribe, please click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. It has been confirmed by the Evening News. It has been confirmed by the Daily Mirror. The news is doing the rounds, guys. So check it out for yourselves. Let me enlighten you there, guys. See what's going on, huh? Let me check another sports page there, guys. Let me do you all a favor. Alright, let's see what's going on. Alright, let me check. He's reported to have died on the 28th of April 2022 at the age of 54 after battling a lung disease. These reports were denied by people close to him. Well, it's on Wikipedia anyway, guys, that he has actually passed away. And it's in Football Italia, Football London. Football agent Mino Raiola has died. Agent Mino Raiola has died after a short illness. The representative became perhaps the most famous agent in football, with clients including Milan striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Borussia Dortmund forward Erling Haaland, Juventus defender Matthias de Ligt, PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, who of course won the European Championship with Italy last summer, and Manchester United star Paul Pogba. He'd been at the San Rafael Hospital on January the 12th with a statement insisting this was not an emergency procedure, but only some tests that required anesthesia. German newspaper Bild claimed that his condition was more serious than people were letting on, but the super agent was discharged from hospital a few days later. Italian media now announced Raiola has passed away at the age of 54. He was born in Italy but moved to the Netherlands as a child with his family, starting his football experience as an interpreter before becoming one of the biggest agents in the sport. In 2024, Raiola was worth $84 million. Welcome along to my live stream, guys. For those of you just tuning in, football agent, super agent Mino Raiola has passed away in Italy at the age of 54 from lung disease. Some people coming in now saying that he's very, very ill, but he hasn't passed away. This is an interesting story. I'm going to run with this now. There's a lot of rumours coming through, my friend D3 Armagh. Are you from Northern Ireland? Armagh, are you from Northern Ireland? Some people say now that he has passed away. Some people saying he's just very, very ill. I don't believe it's fake news, though, the headlines that are coming out. I think people think that he's very ill. I'm from Cork, but I'm not living in Cork. I'm living in London. As you can see, I'm a fantastic YouTuber. Subscribe to my channel if you like. Turn on the notifications bell, and you get notified every time I upload top quality content. Support another Irish person, and enjoy one of the best YouTube channels out there. I did my beard especially today, to kind of line it up. He will survive, but he is very ill. That's good news. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I'm glad it is actually a false story that the man has not passed away if he has not passed away. Rumours coming in, guys, that Mino Raiola has passed away. But now other people are coming in saying that he's actually not passed away, he's still alive. But I'm going to run with this. Let's milk those views. Let's milk those watch hours for my channel. Oh, yeah. Love it. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Let me go back to my live stream. Still got that going on. Doing a double take on that there. Guys, I'm doing a double stream, believe it or not. I'm streaming on my channel on the laptop, and I'm also streaming on my phone because I'm trying to. I was doing a live stream first, and I'm trying to keep it going on this. But rumors coming in, guys, that Mino Raiola actually has not passed away, that he is actually still alive. If that is the case, I'm very happy to, as I'm sure all of you are. But yeah, it's like the story has changed a little bit. People say now that it's not actually accurate that he has passed away. Let me just check that in the news. Let's see what's going on. People tweeting this and that. People denying now on social media that he has actually passed away. Let's see what's going on with that. First of all, it came out that he had actually passed away. Many newspapers giving it. Now it says that he is in a bad position. Now it says that he is just in a bad position in hospital, as reps deny that the football agent has died. So some people are saying that he has passed away, and other people are saying he's just in a bad position in hospital, that he actually has not passed away. Bit of a crazy story here. Today, Italian reports claimed Raiola, who also represents Zlatan Ibrahimovic, has passed following an illness. But his agency have said they're fake rumours. Raiola is not dead, and Rodriguez followed up. He's in a bad position, but he hasn't died. In January, his official Twitter account confirmed that he'd undergone surgery after being hospitalized. Although the nature of the operation wasn't revealed, a tweet read, Mino Raiola is ordering medical checks that require anesthesia. All was planned and no emergency surgery happened. But the news of his untimely death has shocked the football world as the season approaches the transfer window, where he has thrived as one of the sport's leading agents for years. Haaland, Pogba, Ibrahimovic were Raiola's most prominent clients, and he has been central in many of the trio's blockbuster transfers. That's crazy, huh? Some people saying he has passed, some people saying he hasn't. Very interesting breaking story here, guys, so I'm going to stick with it. Reports came out just about a half an hour ago. That's why I went live with the stream. That football super agent Mino Raiola had actually passed away. But now it looks like he hasn't. But that was false. And that he's actually still alive. His right hand is still alive. So it's one of those cases where some people say he has passed away, others saying he's still alive. But that's it. It's like that, guys. It is what it is. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. People say, no, it's fake news. I think that people honestly just thought it was actually correct news, that it had actually happened. So let's see how the story unfolds. Let's see what happens. But yeah, the Erling Haaland move to Manchester City, that's going to be a huge transfer in the summer. £500,000, guys. £500,000. He's going to be at Manchester. I mean, the amount of money that has is absolutely incredible. I'm actually doing a double stream at the moment, guys, a live stream. So come and check that out. Anybody tuning in now, please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. Smash the like button in this video for me, guys. Smash the subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. As you can see, I have my finger on the pulse, guys. Any new stories come in, I know what time it is. So let's see what goes on with that. But yeah, a big story coming in. People say now that he hasn't actually passed away. People think maybe he has. Just checking out my beard, guys. I gave it a trim there earlier. As a top YouTuber, you have to be kind of, into this thing. That's ridiculous. We could buy him. No, we can't. I'm doing a double live stream, guys. So, anybody watching this that hasn't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, gonna subscribe to this channel and click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. So it's as simple as that. And thank you everybody for tuning into this. I appreciate it. As a top YouTuber, I like to deliver quality content to people. That's just how I roll. That's how we do things in the Republic of Ireland. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see. Let me check something quick. I'm just here, guys. Don't worry. Still going on with the live stream. All right. Let me just check something quick. Just had to put the phone down there, guys. It was killing me holding on to it. All right. There's a bit of a jiggy going on there. That's all right. There we go, guys. Now you're with me in the studio, the Old School Gunner studio. All right. You've been to Lidl. Been to Lidl lately? Is that a question? Are you telling me? I was going to go today, but I had this. It's my day off. I like to relax a little bit. And I had to do these live streams to boost my channel a bit. So that's basically been my excuse. All right, I'm back on my double live stream, guys. I'm doing a double live stream, believe it or not. One about the whole Arsenal thing that's going on, and then another one that Mino Raiola, the football super agent, the Italian. There was rumors that coming in that he had actually passed away. And those rumors look now to be false, but I'm still live streaming on that. Let me just clear a few of these babies. Alright. Let me just check something quick. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Let me just check something there now. I'm still live streaming, guys, so keep tuning into this. Welcome along, everybody. I'm doing a double live stream. News coming in that football super agent Mino Raiola has passed away after lung disease, and now rumors coming into the contrary. People close to him saying that in fact he has not passed away. That is false news. So I'm going to keep with this story, guys, as long as people has interest. Some people saying he's passed away. Some people saying he is not, but he is very ill and close to death. So keep an eye on this news story, guys. Everybody watching this, please subscribe to my channel also if you haven't already. Click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. My channel is Old School Gunner, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. And click on that notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. And you can join it. And you can see Sky Sports coming in with a thing now. Let's see what Sky Sports are going to say about this. Maybe my friend from Armagh is wrong. It won't be the first time. You know what I mean? Alright, let's check this out. Alright. Let's see what's going on here, guys. Easy does it. $1,295. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I see I'm after picking up some extra subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, guys. And if you subscribe, click on that notifications bell. You get notified every time I upload content. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support. Much love. Alright, let me just put this back here now so you can keep in tune with the Old School Gunner. As the story unfolds, some people saying that Mino Raiola has passed away. Some people saying he has not. Let's see what happens, huh? Let's see what happens in regards to that. Yeah. Let's check Sky Sports. I got a post coming in on my phone there. So let's see what they say about the whole situation. Got an alert on my phone. Let's see. Nothing about it here anyway. Nope. Nope. Let me see what Sky Sports say. It's been an interesting story so far anyway, guys. Rumors came in like about a half an hour ago that Raiola had actually passed away. From the Mirror, the Daily Mail, and the Sun. Let's see what the Sun have to say about it. The Scottish Sun. Let's check it out, guys. And keep tuning in to my live stream. And for those of you that haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, and click on that notifications bell and you get notified every time I upload content. Help me hit 1,300 subs, guys. I'm at 1,295. I need 5 more to hit 1,300 subscribers. Prayers for Mino. History of the reports Mino Raiola is dead at 54. Family and friends say the world's biggest agent is alive, but in a bad way. This story now, guys, just came out like about 40 minutes ago. Patrick, if you're watching this, man, subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, and click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. Thank you very much, my friend. Mystery surrounds reports coming out of Italy that super agent Mino Raiola has died at the age of 54. The Italian looks after the likes of Manchester United's Paul Pogba, Borussia Dortmund star Erling Haaland, and the legendary Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Mino Raiola has been suffering with a lung condition according to reports in Germany. Raiola is one of Paul Pogba's most trusted representatives. Raiola brokered Pogba's stunning return to Manchester United. Real Madrid CF, its president and its board of directors deeply regret the death of Mino Raiola and would like to express their condolences, their affection to all his relatives and loved ones. It is believed Raiola had been suffering from a lung condition according to German outlet Bild. Guys, I see there's 10 of you watching this. Please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. Click on that notifications bell when you subscribe, that you get notified of my content when I upload. Thank you very much, guys. I'm at 1,295 subscribers. I need 5 more to hit 1,300. So help a gunner out. Andy, please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, and click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. Several reports in Italy claimed Raiola had passed away, but this has been denied by friends and family. They have claimed that he is alive, but in a bad way. Despite this, tributes came in for the former innovator on social media. Spanish giants Real Madrid expressed their deep regret that Raiola had died and passed on their condolences to his family and friends. Raiola has been involved in some huge transfers in the beautiful game. I think they're talking about football when they say the beautiful game. And was known for his shrewd bargaining skills with some of the biggest clubs around the world. Forbes estimate his personal fortune to be around £68 million. He was the man who brokered the £89 million deal to take Paul Pogba back to Manchester United. It was then a world record move from Juventus in 2016, which has since been eclipsed. He looked after some of the biggest names in the game, including Dortmund superstar Haaland. Raiola also took care of Matthijs de Ligt, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Tributes poured in after the shock death from fans across the world. One said, "We are saddened to hear about the death of football agent Mino Raiola. It looks now, guys, that he might not have actually passed away, according to family and friends, people close to him in Italy, where he is at the moment. He is, of course, an Italian national, an Italian man himself. Another added, what's sad news about Mino? He was good friends with all his players." Sunsport previously revealed how Raiola's journey to the top of football started by making pizzas. He was born in Nocera in Fiera in Salerno, southeast of Naples. The Raiola family moved to the Dutch city of Haarlem when Mino was just 1. Raiola was known as one of the shrewdest operators in football. So I know there's a big wasp just after coming in the window. Looks like he wants to sting me or something. But we'll see who gets the best of it. Raiola has also worked with the enigmatic Mario Balotelli. There they opened a pizzeria called Napoli in Haarlem's go-to-market, and not for the first time Mino was the star, with his sales patter, charm, and customer service making him more than just a waiter. His interpersonal skills were soon transferred as he negotiated with some of the sport's biggest characters. In January, he was forced to deny having emergency surgery. I think the wasp has gone away. There was a huge wasp just came into the room there, and he looked like he wanted to sting someone. And I wanted it to be me. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, a lot of rumors coming in that he has passed away. A lot of people coming in that he is not. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. So yeah, it is what it is. Bit of a strange one there, you know. Rumors coming in that he's passed away. Any more news? No. He might be dead, he might be alive. Nobody really knows, Joanne. Or do you mean any more football news in general? But yeah, I mean, I'm streaming twice. I'm using my laptop and I'm using my phone, Alex. But that just happened by chance, really, because this Mino Raiola story came out, and I decided to cover it. So I didn't want to turn this stream off because there was a lot of people watching. So I'm streaming with my phone, and I'm streaming with the laptop. Any more news in general? Russia is declaring World War III. If the West gets involved anymore in their war with Ukraine, that's a bit of news for you, Joanne. But that's basically it. Here. All right. I think I'm going to turn off this stream in 8 minutes, this one, because I've got 2 people watching. And after that, we'll see what's going on. So, yeah, it looks now like that the agent Mino Raiola, guys, is actually alive. He's actually alive. He's actually not after passing away, as some people believed. And you know me, Alex, man. I like to push the boundaries of YouTube. That's how I do things. But I hope you're keeping well, man. And I hope you had a time in good old Mexico. And obviously, you came back through back into Europe, no problem. All right, guys. I've had 13 likes on this video. There's now 2 people watching. But yeah, there's reports that Mino has passed away. There's reports he hasn't passed away. It's been a little bit crazy right now. So we have to see how that works out. But yeah, hopefully for him, he hasn't. Hopefully for everyone supporting him, he hasn't. And we just have to see the way that works out. But definitely, it looks like, I wouldn't say that was fake news, but definitely there was a bit of a misunderstanding there along the lines. People got a bit shocked and surprised. They didn't know exactly what was happening. It looks like now that he actually is alive and well. But let's see how it works out. Let's see what the story goes, how the story goes with that. Let me put this back here for a minute. I'm going to turn off the live stream on the laptop in a second. Now I show that there's nobody actually watching this live stream, but I'm sure more people are going to come in a while and check it out because they know what's good. Yeah, another 3 people coming in now. Big stories, guys. You know, Raiola. Some people say that he's actually still alive, and there's lots of reports coming in that he's passed away from lung disease. Family members, people close to him, are saying he's in a bad way, but he's not dead. Other people are reporting that the man has actually passed away. Of course, he is a football super agent. He did deals for Ibrahimovic, for Paul Pogba, for Erling Haaland. When he did the Paul Pogba to United deal, it was actually a world record £89 million deal. Crazy amount of money, and people say that he actually made 20 million off that deal. So that sounds about right because Pogba is not the brightest. I mean, for any agent to make 20 million off your deal, you want to be a bit, you know. Anyway, people say he's not the brightest, you know. That stands to reason if you ask me after hearing that. But yeah, let's keep this live stream going. Let's see how many people actually get involved and see. I've got 13 likes already. Anybody watching this that hasn't already, please subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. And please click on the notifications bell and you get notified every time I upload content. I've got 1,295 subscribers and I'm trying to reach 1,300. So I'll come out and support your man, the OSG. Do yourselves a favour, guys, you know you want to. But yeah, it is what it is. if you haven't heard, guys, reports have been coming in that super agent Italian man Mino Raiola has passed away in Italy after lung disease. Now reports are coming into the country that he is actually unwell, very sick, but has not passed away. So it depends what you believe in that, guys. There's a lot of news coming in on both sides. So let's see how that works out. Definitely a bit of confusion there. People say it's fake news. I honestly don't think it's fake news, but I honestly think it's just I'm streaming Alex, man, once with my laptop and once with my phone. So there you have it. But you know me, I like to push the boundaries. I wasn't sure whether it actually worked when I actually went to live stream, but I wanted to cover this news story and I didn't want to turn off this channel here. So it is what it is. And we just get to 3 hours in this video and then I lock it on the head. And thank you very much to Kyle Walsh for tuning in. To get back to it, guys, football super agent Mino Raiola, an hour ago, it was all over the media that he had passed away from lung disease after a short illness in Italy at the age of 54. Now it's coming out that it looks like he's actually very unwell, but not actually dead. I obviously took the story at face value. A lot of the major newspapers, the Sun newspaper, the Mirror newspaper, Metro newspaper here in London, they had said that he had actually passed away. So I took it at face value he had. I wasn't treating it as fake news. I was delivering the news story to the people as quick as I could. Now it looks like people close to him, family members, friends, are saying that he, in fact, has not actually passed away. The man is alive and well, but in a bad way, sick, like close to death. So keep tuned to my channel, guys, and I'll keep you up to date on that. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Old School Gunner. I'm at 1,295 and I'm trying to hit 1,300 subscribers. So please subscribe to my channel and bring up my numbers a little bit. I would appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that has been tuning into this live stream. It's been going on almost an hour now. But yeah, rumors that he has passed away, rumors that he is actually not dead. Like I said, it wasn't fake news for me when I actually started this video. I honestly believed it was the real deal. Now it looks like it's probably been exaggerated, but we'll see how that works out. It is what it is. Simple as that. Thank you to everybody for tuning into this live stream. And if you can subscribe to my channel, also Gunner, I would appreciate it. Click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. That's how we do things, guys. But yeah, if anyone has any more news about it, let me know. But people are saying he has passed away. People are saying he hasn't. It's been like that for maybe like the last 20 minutes now. It's been coming in that in fact he has not passed away. So let's see how it works out. I really hope for him he hasn't, because obviously that's the end of the road. It would be a very sad tale. So let's see what happens. Just going to stop one of my live streams there. I've been doing for